What's up? Welcome to the Nerdgasm Channel Podcast. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years. Forever since our last podcast, but...
we've had good reasons.
Yes, lots happened, including one of us becoming a newlywed. Congrats. Today, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch and other gaming news, video game movies, and movies in general, because there's a lot coming out. Kind of a recap of 2016 and pretty much any other various topics that pop into our head, because that's how we do. So, y'all ready to get started?
Absolutely. Why don't you do your introduction to yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm Willie, aka Unofficial Ninja.
Zach, Romeo 313.
Jules, Fade Alexander.
Alright, now we can get going.
There we go.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. Miss you guys.
I know. Pour out the 40 for our homies who didn't make it. Harambe. Alright, yeah, side note. Did you see that his grandmother...
Yeah, I saw.
Okay. Alright, so Nintendo Switch.
Oh, well, do we have that official Nintendo intro? Because this is Joule's segment, right?
News.
Because we'll all have something to say about the Switch, but
Yes.
but this is definitely Joule's
we need to get
forte.
the jingle. Beep,
Yeah.
Nintendo News.
We need to write one, right? Who knows how to play guitar? Bass. I think that would probably go over pretty
Mario
well.
Queen.
So everybody should know, if you're living or if you're not under a rock somewhere, that Nintendo has a new console coming out.
New console!
Yeah, so...
Right,
and it's going to be amazing. I think it'll be pretty amazing.
You're getting one, and you're getting one, and I'm getting one. There we
We
go.
hope, right? Depending on where you pre-order it.
That's
I
true.
guess.
No, I think we all got in early enough.
Yeah, I definitely got mine. I've been checking every day since I saw that GameStop had been
I had mine
canceling.
pre-ordered for both of you, so geez.
I got mine from Amazon that same night. I was just waiting for Amazon's to become official.
You did it at night?
Yeah, the night of the thing that they did.
God, when did they open the pre-order for that?
Midnight.
Some of them were as the presentation was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a live stream of one of my YouTube channels that I watch, and as it was coming on, someone came in the room hey, the pre-orders are live. And so they're like, hold on. And so people, during their live streaming of it, they went and pre-ordered theirs.
That's weird because, one, I didn't see that, and it wasn't until the next morning that I found out that Best Buy opened theirs up at 3 a.m.,
Really?
which is a weird time.
Which would that be? Would that be East Coast 12 a.m.? For us? East Coast? No.
I know.
West
Whenever
Coast,
I texted y'all that night, I was, I had
Buy
checked
it,
Best Buy, and that's why I initially pre-ordered it, and then I canceled it because I heard that Amazon was going to be opening theirs, and they did theirs around 12 o'clock Central Time at night, and so I went ahead and did it with them.
If you got there within the day, you were good.
Supposedly,
yeah.
So, if you guys didn't notice or didn't know, we're talking about the Switch. So we're talking about Nintendo's new system called the Switch, releasing March 3rd for $299.
Yeah,
I think $299 before taxes, fees, and all that good stuff. And it looks to be, who knows, right? But it looks to be pretty amazing as far as now. I personally, I didn't see the press conference. I didn't look at any of the press conference. Didn't see it at all. I put it on our Facebook that they were doing one from a Nintendo Direct, but I personally didn't watch it. I didn't bother going to look at it. I knew I was going to want it. I knew I was going to hopefully get it.
Sure.
So I said whatever. And then when I saw that it had already started, when I tried to go launch and look at it, and it was like, screw it, it's too hard trying to get into the live feed of it. So
you didn't miss much.
that's what I heard. But I did miss the Legend of Zelda trailer. So arguably, that's probably the most anticipated game coming out for this particular system.
Completely.
What is it, Breath of the Wild?
No, don't get me wrong. I think Willie actually
this is
because we were talking when this happened.
Okay, I said that because I had posted on our Twitter and I think my Twitter as well that because they showed the Mario trailer before the Legend of Zelda, and I was like, Super Mario Odyssey just stole the show, and Zach was like, wait until Zelda. And I was like, yeah, but still, the reason I said that Mario stole the show is that we all knew Zelda was coming out. We've seen gameplay of we had all this info on it, but we knew a Mario game was coming out, but we didn't know anything like what it was looking like or anything. And so this, we actually got our first glimpse at it, so it was something brand new and fresh. And so I was like, that's why I said they stole the show, because no one was expecting to see.
I think the difference, though, is what I said was, and you're not wrong. Don't get me wrong. What I meant was, Zelda's come out every so often. You will have a Mario game come out on different platforms, or just a Mario.
You're guaranteed to have a Mario title.
Yeah, you're gonna have multiple Mario games come out. A Zelda game is like an event. There's a reason why that fan base is so insane. Is because they have to wait so long
the last
to
one
get
was Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
but I don't count the 3DS one.
No. I mean, you can, but it's a completely different platform. Yeah. So getting a mainstream next Zelda game is a huge deal. And even though people saw,
Skyward Sword was Wii, not Wii U.
Yeah. There was a Zelda game, but it was just a remake.
Skyward Sword, is that the cartoony looking one?
No. Well, they were kind of.
Yeah,
you're thinking of Wind Waker.
You're thinking of Wind Waker, which came out on the Wii U.
But I think my point on that is like, even if you saw a trailer or even gameplay, it doesn't really matter. Zelda fans thirst for Zelda, so when they actually saw a trailer, if you watched Twitter when that was happening, because it just erupted. You know, Mario was like, "Oh, Mario, that's awesome!" And then Zelda came out. Yeah. Well, Nintendo messed with us. They did the press conference. So like, this is the end of the press conference.
Oh, did they?
Pause. Okay, and then Reggie came out and was like, "Oh, wait. But wait, there's more." And then showed the trailer for Breath of the Wild, which then...
I will say, you know me, I don't normally watch trailers. I don't really like previews or anything like that. I did happen to see the Breath of the Wild trailer that they premiered at during the press conference for Switch, and even I was taken back on how amazing this game looks. Still 720p, so we know that. We know it's
I mean, but Nintendo's not going to be able to... I don't even think they're trying to.
I don't think they are either. I don't think they are. But this game
not at that price point though.
This game looks amazing. I'm a hit or miss on Legend of Zelda games. I like them sometimes. Sometimes I just buy them to have them because you're supposed to. But
well, they always retain their value. That's a nice thing.
They do. They do.
They go up.
But it looked amazing. So that by far stole the show. I did see the Super Mario Odyssey, and I was kind of like, okay. All right. I mean, I'm like, okay, yeah, I love Mario, so that's going to be fun. I don't know how I feel about the open world aspect or the
being
playable
in the real world.
And I don't like seeing people.
Yeah, that kind of took me back. In fact,
that's one of the reasons why I liked it. It was at least something different in terms of
Mario. But it made me feel like it kind of felt like what Sega did with Sonic Adventure.
Oh, absolutely.
And I just kind of looked and was like, ooh, that didn't work out for Sega too well. That's why Sega's going back to Sonic Mania.
I'm sure it's going to be a solid game. I think it's just a weird choice.
Yeah, I think so too.
Until they actually give you a reason for it. You know what I mean?
If we think about it, go ahead.
I was like, but Nintendo, usually with their properties, they don't just kind of go half-assed into it for the most part.
They're like deathly afraid.
And I know that's probably why we get a lot of the same type of Mario stuff. So if they're going to do like a drastic change to like one of their main franchise characters, then they've focus group this. I
definitely believe it'll be a solid game because if you think about it, Super Mario World 3D Land or 3D for Wii was Catsuit Mario, and I was like, Catsuit Mario, what? And it was still a solid, fun title, so I think it'll go over pretty well. I really was happy about that one. But the system itself. So tell me what you guys think about the Joy-Cons. So which is the new controller?
I think we should be good cop, bad cop, in the sense that not you are a good cop, I'm a bad cop. I'm talking both of us. I think we both have pros and cons to the whole thing. Joy-Cons, I have no issue with. I don't think that until I actually feel one or see them, they don't look comfortable to me.
No.
But that's just me.
They kind of look small.
They look small.
They do look
that's
small.
my biggest piece.
And I got big hands.
Small.
Like, I had a trouble with the Vita. Using the Vita, I had to get one of those grip adapter things that you put in. It makes it more like an actual controller thing.
The third party here is going to make some grips for those.
Well, yeah, they probably will.
They probably will. Grips,
and they have the controller that they slide into. Well, they have a Pro controller.
Oh, yeah.
They have a Pro controller, and then they have a little housing that they can slide into.
Which will turn it into like the Wii U
gamepad.
Yeah.
Or a really big 3DS.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's brilliant, because for a lot of people, it really won't matter. It also solves a lot of problems of having to buy an extra controller right off the bat.
Yeah, you got two, right?
You don't
the way old systems used to be.
So, I mean, that doesn't bother me so much.
Yeah, I was curious about that. So we'll see how that goes, because I had trouble with the 3DS, not the 3DS XL or the 3DS or any of those, or the new 3DS. But I did have trouble with the 3DS as far as size goes, so we'll see about that. Which one did you guys get? Did you get the gray or the neon?
I got the gray. I didn't like how the neon looked.
I love the way neon looks.
Blue and red are two of your favorite colors.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's why.
That makes sense.
Well,
I got the neon.
It doesn't really bother me. Like, they're going to make more colors anyways.
You think so?
They've already said.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're going to have more colors come out.
Just grips, right? Because that's what
Joy-Cons.
the Joy-Cons. That's where the color. That's what the color.
So
is
you'll be able to get different colored Joy-Cons. It'll cost you a little bit, but I think having something colorful, and I don't think I'm alone in that, because the neon sold out before.
And the neon was the limited edition of the two.
Yeah.
It was the limited edition. They were only in limited numbers.
Neon sold out way before the.
If I'd have known that, I would have done the neon. Because I might end up, if they're going for a good penny, then I'll probably.
They might at this point, because pre-sales are over.
Yeah, they're done.
Like, I think the Wii. I think it lasted about a week before like the pre-orders were done, and then they were there at launch. I think you could get not right away, but close to it. I think on this Switch, it's going to be one where it's going to be sold out, kind of like the Wii. The first
I think it will be too. Nintendo has proven that they say they will meet supply and demand, but they have never done that. Look at your classic NES. Well, we'll have them out for Christmas.
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
I think the issue with the classic NES is they're taking kind of the Nike approach to it, which is they know it's going to be in demand. They know it's going to sell. They're making a profit off each one. They're going to release it as they come out.
Yeah.
They never really said... Well, actually, I think at one point they did say they wanted to have... to where everybody could have one before Christmas.
Yeah,
but
that didn't
I don't think they expected the demand for it the way that it was. But they should know at this point, because Nintendo's calculated. They're not losing anything by not having enough. They're creating that demand, and that's smart business practice.
Yep.
That's why Nike gets away with
fulfill it
with
eventually.
Well, no, they don't even have to. That's the messed up part. Nike doesn't fulfill it. They're like, we're making this limited shoe in 3,000 pairs. That 3,000 pairs are gone in 20 seconds, not 3 minutes, not an hour. We're talking 20 seconds. It's gone because of resellers for the most part. But at the same time, they're selling them, and they don't have to worry about it anymore. Like, look, we had 3,000 pairs. Yeah. They went. Maybe we'll do a retro of it later. Or maybe it's already a retro.
I wonder how many times, like, if it happens, like, where the actual company buys some of those. Like, let's say Nike did 3,000 pairs or whatever. Like, Nike themselves buy, like, 1,500 of them, then flip them for even higher.
That's too much work for a little profit.
I'm just saying.
Like, I'll put it this way. If Nike made it $100 off of a shoe that they've had to buy again from themselves and then have to go through the process of selling it, when you look at the cost of paying somebody to do that, paying somebody to ship it, it's not worth it.
Well, they just fake it. They say there's 3,000, but they only make...
They literally do their thing, and then they're like, whatever happens, happens.
So did you guys notice with the Switch that obviously the Switch screen, if you want to call it that, or I guess that's really called the Switch. That is the Switch. The screen is the Switch. Yeah. It's touchscreen.
Yes.
So it is, but it doesn't come with any touchscreen peripherals,
like a stylus,
or anything like that. I didn't notice any anyway.
I don't think you need one. I don't think you need to use it, and it's like a lot of things that are touchscreen. Unless it's only a touchscreen only, if you have an option to use a controller or something like that, you might use it eventually. You might not. Yeah. I mean, the Wii U is a perfect example of that. I don't think I really used that as a touchscreen. Well, it is a touchscreen, right?
Yeah, it is a touchscreen.
I had to think about that for a second.
It is
because
a touchscreen.
So, like, you know, I mean, I don't think I used it all that much. I'm sure I did, but
when
like,
you first got it,
it is what it is. But having the portability factor is the number one. I don't care what anybody else says, because I think everybody says this. It's the number one selling factor to that system.
Yeah, especially the piece that you can take the Switch outside of its docking station, take it over to your friend's house, and now you guys can play 2 persons Mario Kart or whatever, or what have you. So I thought that was kind of neat. And, you know, they've shown how many can they system link up to one another? 8 or 4? 8?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
It was at least 8. I'm trying to figure out if it was 8 or 16.
No, I think it was 8.
That's
8.
crazy.
Yeah, it's
Can
8.
you imagine Mario Party?
It's 8. Yeah, you can link up to 8 systems together.
But then you can
and
have
play
16 players because each console can. That's what I was thinking. Like, not even just
What? What'd you say? 16 players?
Yeah, like
because of the Joy-Con controllers.
Yeah, each.
Well, no.
double.
If you take it out as out of the docking station, the Joy-Con controllers are on your.
Oh, that is true.
Like if you're playing Mario Kart, it's one person. So you got 8 people if you're playing Mario Kart.
Really? Because I swear that I saw people playing Mario Kart on one. With the 2.
Maybe you might be right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they have the steering wheel that can snap into your Joy-Con, and now you have a steering wheel. So maybe you might be right.
No, I mean it's
maybe
Nintendo,
maybe
but
Smash
I know
Brothers,
I've seen
then.
them. I know that I've seen them playing Mario Kart in general.
Well, at least with Smash Brothers, you
Joy-Cons.
can get like 16, like a mega. Smash
Well, I know you
Party.
can link up to 8 Switch systems together.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, actually.
I know you can do that piece, but I don't know how many.
Well, I
people
mean,
you
this
have
is
on it, so.
the next logical step for a company that doesn't want to compete hardware-wise. They don't want to make... Well, because, I got to be honest with you, that doesn't bother me. In fact, I think that's refreshing. A lot of people are kind of mad. They're like, this is not the gaming system. Like, you have a PS4? Mm-hmm. Do you have an Xbox One? Yeah,
There's
shut
your
up.
gaming system right
Do
there.
you really want something that's going to be able to do the exact same thing?
And we would probably get to this eventually, though, too, because I know we're going over some of the specs of it. I kind of think at the price that it's at, it's not as great of a value as it could be, because it's $300, which wasn't like the Xbox One, wasn't it $300 or was it $400?
The Xbox One.
Dude, the Xbox One was more. It was $100. Was it $100 cheaper than the PS4? So $399, $400.
I thought I only paid like $400 for my PS4.
I don't remember.
After you start buying like some of the other stuff that you might need for your,
you don't
like
need
the extra
everything that you could possibly need. It all comes down to preference at that point.
Like the Pro controller.
You don't need it.
It's $79.99 though. That's kind of a really
it's
high.
$69.99, I think.
So now the Xbox
a new
One
Joy-Con
bundles.
is $80.
That's a dual
Joy-Con.
Joy-Con.
That's
two
two Joy-Cons.
controllers.
That's 2 controllers.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not bad then. But it's
Well,
still
I
kinda
mean, you don't technically need it. That's the whole thing. My point is look, if you want a Nintendo console that is as beefy as an Xbox One or a PS4, you're going to get the same third-party shit that you could get on both of them, right?
No, I don't care about, I personally don't care that it's not all as beefy as it. I think there's some things that they could have maybe added, like, more internal memory in it.
Well, it has expandable SD memory.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying up to 2 terabytes. But I'm just
know
saying...
There's not an Xbox that has more than 2 terabytes.
2 terabyte, micro SD card? They don't make them yet.
I know, but I'm saying, like, they could have included more actual storage pre-built. Like,
but that would
price...
That would make the price of the system
I think the point is, if this is your primary system, then you're in that weird category of gamer, in my personal opinion. Yeah. If this is going to be your primary system, then you're casual at best.
Yeah, you're not a real gamer.
You're going to have at least a PS4 and an Xbox One.
They could have put, like, 64 in there. You don't know how much of that 32 is dedicated to the actual operating system of the console.
No, they already said that Zelda's going to take up 40 gigs if you... Wait. No, 40. Maybe it's 40%. I don't remember if it's 40 gigs or 40%. Either way, but that's if you're downloading it straight. that cartridge is going to come in handy.
I want to know how much, like, if it's going to be kind of like how right now with PlayStation, Xbox, like, yeah, the game is actually on the disc, but you still have to install it on your system first. Is that going to be with the cartridge, or is it going to keep it all on it?
The cartridge
is going to hold most of it.
I think it'll function quite like a 3DS.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. Think of this also as the next iteration of Nintendo's console and the next iteration of the 3DS or the DS, our handheld. So, I mean, I think, I know a lot of people are bitching about Skyrim being on there. And I get it. It's an old game. It's been on multiple consoles. But you never got to take that on the go. So shut the fuck up.
I think that's the one of the biggest pieces about the Switch that's pretty amazing is that I'm playing it here.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, Willie called me. I got to go catch up with him real quick. We're going to go Pokey Hunt or something. I'm taking Mario Kart with me. Right? I can play it in the park. Now, what does that cellular network look like? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
There's no cell built into it.
So how does it work?
Like we're talking Wi-Fi. But even so, the internet is iffy.
But now,
we don't know.
Think about things like if it is Wi-Fi, which I don't know. We'll know on March 3rd, right? Which is like 40 days away.
It is. Like,
it'll definitely
what I've
be
seen, and it's only Wi-Fi.
So there's Wi-Fi. So 40 days away.
Well, you don't want to pay for itself. Right. They definitely didn't want to charge
Vita
for that.
Destroyed that. We saw what that looked like. So Vita made that.
I don't know. I never had that. Oh, you did.
I have that one.
Yep.
Never once even looked at the AT&T GS or the GSM, whatever.
I went with the Wi-Fi only model.
Didn't even bother with it. Well, I got it day one. So
yeah, you got day one. I didn't.
I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. And they messed mine up. I pre-ordered the non-AT&T one, the regular Wi-Fi one, and then they gave me that one for that price. And
I mean, I guess it didn't really matter.
So it worked out. It was a better bundle anyway. But anyway, so Wi-Fi, great. Well, now, with the Wi-Fi age that we're in, that's not even that big of a deal because your MSOs or your multi-system operators, your cable companies out there are now working together to give you universal Wi-Fi. The cable company that I'm very much familiar with, doesn't service San Francisco, but because I have them here, and I was in San Francisco for that convention that we were out there for, the
convention.
No, San Francisco, not San Diego.
San Francisco. Okay.
Yeah. San Diego was the same way too, though. That convention, either one of them, there was citywide Wi-Fi. You just used your internet service provider, your ISP, log in, and I had Wi-Fi on my cell phone walking downtown. So it's becoming an age where Wi-Fi is as unavailable as it used to be. So it's a lot more available now. So I don't think that's going to be quite the issue. Now, if 10,000, 5,000, or 1 million people start playing Switches on the go, then that might change things. But
that kind of brings up, like, talking about the Wi-Fi only and stuff like that. I hope that this is only when you're on the go, but to do voice chat with the games, you're going to have to download a app on your phone, and you have to use that app on your phone in order to do voice chat on games.
I think they expect you to be right next to each other. Otherwise, you could be at home.
But
do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like whenever I was listening to like how Reggie was explaining it, it made it seem like he was saying it's more convenient to to put the app on your phone and do it over voice over the app itself.
Well, I know
that makes it more. I know.
I mean, what would be the difference between just calling somebody on a cell phone?
Exactly.
See, I don't know. I don't know. See, here's the thing.
Except for this service, I'm paying for each month also.
But I think that obviously the Nintendo press conferences they've had where people have asked these questions, they've been vague. It hasn't been a complete answer. So, we'll know more in a month or so. But
hopefully it's not the same like that when you're actually at home and docked, because there's apps I can kind of understand more of doing the app on your phone if like you're on the go or something, because that would save battery life, things like that. But if you're at home connected to your actual wireless internet or your Ethernet internet at home, you have your hooked up to your TV, there's no reason why at this point in 2017
why you couldn't have
that you can't just do chat over. Yeah, like,
I mean, I don't know. I didn't read that.
Didn't the original Xbox do voice chat in games, or was it not until the next?
Well, Xbox Live didn't come around until about halfway through the Xbox Live cycle, and yeah, it did.
Halo 2,
and it wasn't amazing, but it worked. It was better towards the end.
Yeah, Halo 2 had voice. You could talk.
I would say, like, I think, and not to summarize everything because we're not done talking about it, but like, I think the Switch is not for everybody.
But if I'm
Nintendo
playing,
never has been.
Sure.
I'm someone who likes to I like to.
Right.
I know Julius, you don't like to really chat when you're playing with people, or even your friends online.
Yeah.
I do. I find it fun to talk trash to your friends whenever you.
See, he likes to talk trash when he's in person.
Yeah, true.
Look at you.
Well, in Halo, you talk trash
if
if you're winning.
I don't. If I'm winning, I don't talk.
Oh,
if I'm winning,
when you're losing, then you talk trash.
No, hold on a second.
Because when I'm losing, when I'm winning, I'm quiet.
Let me be impartial.
I'm concentrating on
he's
keeping
quiet
the lead.
until the game match is over.
Yeah,
and then he talks hellacious shit.
Yeah, then I talk junk. But I can't talk when I'm playing because I'm concentrating too hard.
To me, it's so weird.
It's the same thing. When he's losing really bad, it's...
Yeah, I don't
talk. If I'm playing online with someone, it's weird to not talk.
I know. That's why I hate playing online with you.
It's
you're
weird.
always like, you're going to talk? What's wrong? Are you mad?
But you never
just don't want to talk.
I think most people are like that because of, especially this generation... Like they're just trolls. But
like really not even talking trash necessarily. It's kind of like it makes you feel too much like you're playing by yourself if you're not kind of talking to the person while you're playing.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. I'm more of the when I'm talking, it's not to talk shit. It's usually to go mother.
Yeah.
Like getting pissed.
Yeah.
That's rage.
I don't really talk shit because a lot of the time. I'm not really that great at the games that we're playing anymore because I don't have the time to devote to it.
Yeah.
Back in our Halo days when we were all pretty even, I mean, we talked.
Yeah, it was fun.
We would talk some stuff.
Yeah.
But now, like, even when we played the newest Halo, that
4, 5, one of them, whatever it was,
whatever it is that we're playing multiplayer on,
Master Chief Collection.
Honestly, not that great at it, and it's hard to talk shit when you're getting your ass.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I just think though, at this point. 2017. Now that whenever it was a free service, when it's a free service, you can get away with a lot more. But now that people are going to be actually paying for the online service, you pay so they can actually increase the capabilities of it and what it can do. And so now you're paying, but you still can't do stuff that has been going on for like
and I think
10
Julius
years
would agree
now.
There that we're kind of going in unknown territory. Once you start a paid service like that. Like, it's kind of all up in the air, like, this better be good, or I'm not going to pay for it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I wonder if you're going to have to pay for it. Like, you're having to pay for it to play online, period.
After the first few months, yes.
After the first month. That's what they're saying what the first month was. Okay. So, yeah, 1 month free, then after that you have to pay.
And again, I think that they're going to realize pretty quickly that the Nintendo is not the system that players want to play online. And pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, your Smash Brothers and your Mario Karts are going to sell that. Or do the best they can. But, like, your Call of Duties and stuff like that, I mean...
Yeah, I'm not playing that on my Nintendo.
Yeah, I wouldn't play... I mean, yeah.
So
it's going to be a weird thing. And did they say the price?
No, not yet.
For what?
No,
for the online?
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. If Nintendo today said, okay, the price is $5 a month, that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking that they'll be very price conscious with their online.
Well, they should. They don't have a library.
Watch them come out and it's like $55.
Which
some people would pay for it.
Sure,
I wouldn't.
But there are a lot of people that paid for Sega's online channel back in the day.
What?
Yeah,
Sega had an online channel.
Yes, they did. Nintendo had one in Japan that lasted a couple years for the Super Nintendo with it's escaping me what it was called, but it was a little dock thing that went online. But you could do the same thing. It didn't last long, so they have to be very careful.
So you mean Nintendo's not completely afraid of the internet?
They were one of the first to have the internet.
So what happened? They got burned. They got catfished somewhere down the line.
Well, I mean, look at the Virtual Boy. It took them a while to actually come up with something that was close to that. And they haven't yet, technically. They had the 3DS. But I read somewhere that Nintendo is really thinking about VR for their
well, they were one of the first.
Possibly
it's possible.
So, but all in all, I think the Switch is really going to be a fun system. I look forward to it. You know me, I'm not a fan of re-releasing things that I have to buy again. So that's kind of my biggest downside to the Switch. I'm happy that you got some amazing launch titles like Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and I'm kind of happy that you have Mario Kart Deluxe.
Which isn't coming out at launch, right?
No, it's like the first part of April, if I remember correctly. So Mario Kart Deluxe is what Mario Kart should have been, right? Because the biggest piece that they're adding now is the battle mode, an original battle mode.
They are.
Yeah, it's a real battle mode. So unlike the battle mode that they had before, this is battle mode
the
with
actual
balloons.
battle mode, like with the
balloons.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah, not a race.
And I don't
battle
think it's
mode.
3 balloons anymore. I think
It's like 4.
Yeah,
it's like 4 or 5. I think it's 4.
I hope it's designed like
it's
the
balanced on
Super
both sides.
Nintendo's version in terms of like because they did one
looks
in one of the
What do you
newer
mean?
versions.
Like, it is the exact battle mode.
Like, I thought there was a battle mode that
There
they
is.
had in one of the newer ones that was kind of crappy.
some.
It was kind of crappy. Though. It wasn't
yeah,
as
that
fun.
is true. I swear there was.
There was a battle mode on the Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a real battle
Maybe
mode.
that's why then.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 64's battle mode and the Super Nintendo's battle mode, that was my jam right there.
It's more like the original battle modes that you're familiar with.
Nice.
They brought that. That's really what the deluxe. My understanding is that's what the deluxe is. You've got everything that the Mario Kart 8 had, plus this addition of the new battle mode. Now, the biggest thing is this battle mode can be done with the multi-link switches.
Yeah.
Okay, like I'm excited
And on the
for
go,
that
like
game
on the
now.
go, and like, I mean, and like think of this. Think of it this way. So let's say that you want to bring people over to your house. They just made LAN parties super easy.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
If you want to, yeah.
like, so for some of these listeners that might be a little young, back in the day, to do a LAN party was kind of a chore. You needed TVs, you needed Ethernet cables, you needed a lot of stuff just to make this happen. Now, some of you would say, well, now you can just get online. Yeah, you can technically do that, and that's fine. Bring console over and stuff like that. But the portability factor of something that's basically a screen with controllers on it, you're done.
Did they say how it's going to be connected? Is it like
It's gonna be Wi-Fi
I think it's.
but
or
like
Bluetooth, maybe.
But like it's actually going to
think
be a
it's
direct
NFC.
connection and not like you have to have online service to play against each other.
You know what?
locally?
They did not say that, and I think it would be. No, hold on a second. I think it would be a very, very big mistake if they made it to where you had to have their paid online service.
I don't think
you would do that. Like that would be just dumb. Like
I don't think they would promote that you could take this anywhere and then you have to have the online service. to
yeah.
play.
Well, I mean, here's a perfect example of that. That's not what a LAN party was. You didn't have to connect online to play Halo, which is probably what me and Jules played the most.
And that's why I was like asking if they ever clarified because they didn't say you can hook them up like a LAN party. They just said you can connect.
I think it would be a detriment to them if they tried to pass that off.
And
I know it would be.
I guess we'll find out on March 3rd, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure it has connectivity like a 3DS.
so, as far as software goes, so we kind of talked about the Joy-Cons
Launch titles.
and the Joy-Con grips, and
Oh,
we talked about some of the hardware pieces of it, and the game cartridges, and kind of gave our own little spin on it. We don't have a lot of things on schematics and all that, so we can't really talk about that. But what's what game are you most excited about?
Besides Zelda?
oh, besides Zelda,
Well, for you guys, it's Zelda. For me, it's not Zelda, but
Really?
No.
for a launch title,
Is there more than just Zelda as an actual?
all I knew was they had like 3 or 4 games. That
Is
were
it
like
launched.
the All Out in the.
Are you talking launch window or launch
let's just say launch window, I guess.
Zelda? It's still going to be.
Still gonna be Zelda.
See, I don't remember all that's coming out. in
There's
the
like
launch window.
ARMS and there was Splatoon.
I've heard ARMS looks really good.
I heard it played pretty fun.
It look. It's a game.
For me, I want to.
I don't know if I'd. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to spend.
I don't think it. Yeah, like if it's a full price of like a full game, I would.
For me,
definitely have to
launch
think
windows
about it.
Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon 2. I really enjoyed Splatoon.
Is that the one you're? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was like, is that the one you're most? What's the one? Because I think for
That's
me,
what you just said, though.
would probably be Zelda because I don't know any other. Like that's the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for Zelda, then I would probably be that night you told me about Mario Kart having the battle mode, it'd probably be Mario Kart.
So for me, it's Mario Kart and Splatoon 2. I really, really enjoyed Splatoon. I thought Splatoon was the original, or the Splatoon, I thought it was a great game for the Wii U. And I thought they handled it really well with all the free content and the free updates. You didn't have to pay anything for it, so I thought that was really good. The only thing I didn't like about Splatoon, and which I think they've cleaned up on Splatoon 2, is the fact that you don't have to have the gamepad as your first player controller. Like, it was, Splatoon originally was okay to play with the gamepad, but the second player who got to use the Pro Controller, if you had one, that was amazing.
Sure.
That was a fun
It had
experience.
a better feel.
Yeah, it had a more first-person feel.
And I think a lot of people would say the Wii U gamepad was a little cumbersome.
Yeah. I'll say it's cumbersome overall, I guess, but I actually liked using the game. Like, I haven't played Splatoon or
depending on the game.
Splatoon.
Like, I don't want to play it like this.
Like a first-person shooter or something like
that
that used any kind of motion control would have been a little awkward.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. Like, that was kind of hard.
Wait, you didn't have to use the motion, though,
yeah, you
right?
did. You had to hold it and do like this.
Oh, so you couldn't... I thought you were saying, like, you just hold it, but you had to use...
You kind of had to hold it in a certain way. Like,
I guess
you had
a
to hold it
controller
firm.
was
You could
okay.
control it. You were controlling with your hands and the buttons, but you kind of had to... You had to have to hold it like this. And I know you guys can't see that, but that's what you had to do. And then you could move it, but you were steadily doing this. You know?
But you didn't technically have to actually do motion control to make the character... Okay.
No.
Like, because I find myself... Like, I would actually use the screen on the Wii U gamepad more. The Wii... Like,
Yeah,
I
but
would
you're
just,
playing something like Mario Kart, which that's putting the race right in front of your face,
Sure.
right? You're not trying to actively
He's talking
shoot
about,
and-
like, having...
Yeah.
You had to move this up and down.
You would
for
have to
certain
move
things.
it, and you not to drive your car or not.
You
to
see what I'm
shoot the person,
saying? Like,
but you did have to
if you
move
were
it to
just
get a better
playing a
angle.
game and you were
Okay.
stationary, not a big deal.
See, I thought that's what he's...
Yeah.
I really enjoyed playing retro games on the thing.
Now, I love that. Now, so those download pieces, and I've heard rumors that they're going to bring a pretty big, large GameCube catalog to the Switch.
Ooh, that actually brought up another point on the paid membership, is you get free games every month.
Which
like
they have to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're going
to be retro.
You only get it for 1 month, and then it's recycles. If that's what I read properly or
I
heard
don't
properly,
think so. I think
it was
it's
like
it's
a
in your
recycle.
library. I'm
Oh,
pretty
really?
sure it's in your library. That would be dumb on their
It's
Yeah.
Nintendo.
And I could be wrong.
They could
I could
do
be wrong,
pretty
but
much-
what
I
would
don't
it
know.
cost them to give you a free retro game? That
I don't know.
Like, how many times have you literally? I mean, a lot of people have bought the same game on every single Nintendo console since the
I
Wii
have.
from the virtual library just to have
I have Earthbound on my
3 U, DS.
I have it on my 3DS. I have it on my Wii U. So yeah.
But like if they give you a game, I'm sure they're probably not going to be like, that's only a month rental, you know.
Who knows with them? But I'm looking forward to Splatoon 2. And,
What about
of course,
1, 2, 3 Switch?
You know, I like those kind of games, but those I won't play.
It's a
at
party
home.
game,
was
though.
confusing
It's a party game
on some
no,
of those.
It is a
it's
party
not-
game.
It's not really confusing.
No,
it's a party
like
game.
during I know, but I mean, like during the presentation, like it didn't make clear what some of the games are.
So-
Like,
No, they're just little like Mario.
But I mean, like,
WarioWare.
Wario.
yeah, I know, but I
Think
mean,
of it as
like,
WarioWare.
I know, but I'm wanting to know what games are included on it. What kind of
So-
party games? Because
and-
when you showed the people doing
I
this,
see
like
what you're
acting
saying.
it out, you couldn't tell sometimes what it was.
There's a really good, and we'll have to put a link to it in the description. There's a really good YouTuber that was actually so they made the press conference, and then Friday the 13th, Nintendo at New York, somewhere close to their Nintendo of America store, they invited a whole bunch of YouTubers that had a lot of followers, and they brought them to New York to play the Switch. And so a lot of them gave you some really good
Inside.
inside
Yeah.
gameplay of some of the 1, 2, 3 Switch games, because that's pretty much what they had.
And I've watched some videos too, and I don't think I saw one reviewer that was really dogging it.
Yeah, no.
Like they've all said the controllers. You think they don't feel you would think they don't feel right, but they do. The games were solid, not overly great on some of them, but at the same time, like they worked as kind of advertised.
Yeah.
I don't I don't think personally that 1, 2, 3 Switch is a game that I want to buy.
Yeah, I'm not paying
But
$59 for
renting it if you're
Or
having a
$49
party
for it.
would be awesome.
Yeah, $49 for it I think is a little bit steep for me. But I like having friends over to play video games. I like playing games with groups, so it might be something to have on the shelf when people come over. Yeah, I'm not
Which
gonna-
would when you buy it when it's a budget title.
yeah.
You know, and in fact, speaking of that,
if they have a budget title,
there is if you were gonna buy The Legend of Zelda, let me just state this now, and by the time that this comes out, it will probably be pointless because you won't be able to pre-order it. Buy the special edition for $40 extra. Keep in mind, $40 extra, and you're gonna go, oh, $40, that's a lot. You get a carrying case, the first carrying case that I know of for the system. So when you want to take it on the go, you get a carrying case. And it's a really nice carrying case. I saw the unboxing of it, and like has slots for multiple games. You know, it's got really nice.
Hylian.
Which
both.
It would be
both.
And this is for the
but
new
you
the
can't
Breath
get
of
the
the
master
Wild.
edition. Master edition's a lot in 3 minutes.
But you said the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yes, the
And
special
it's
edition.
a case for the Switch.
For the Switch, for like carrying it
Okay.
around.
Uh-huh.
So
It's a case
right
for the
there,
Switch.
that's gonna be.
notice
Let's say that
It's awesome.
Let's say that like Nintendo is gonna sell that separately. That's $30 right there.
Yeah, or 19.
I would say 19, but I think right out the gate they probably sell for 30.
I think they're 19. I think I saw them listed.
Oh, do they actually
MSR.
have some now?
Yeah, I think I saw the MSR listed at $19.99.
Okay, so it's 19. But even so,
Who cares?
you also get the CD, you get a wall scroll, and if you get the Master Edition, you get the
little
the
bust of the
statue
Master
of
Sword.
the Master Sword.
Yeah, it's
So
epic.
it's a no-brainer at that point.
All right, I looked it up because we're talking about the online service getting the free game a month. I was correct. You get the free classic game, free to play for the month, and then after the month is over, you have to buy it if you want to continue to play it.
That is weak. That is weak, Nintendo. That's dumb. That's pretty dumb. But they never said what the monthly cost is, though, right?
No.
So if it's $5 a month,
then you could expect.
well, hold on a second. $5 a month might even be a little high.
Yeah, because then
That's $60 a year.
you could have
Yeah,
just paid the
so-
money for the game you wanted to play.
$2 a month, maybe. Like it's got to be cost. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be very like cost. You know, well, I don't know. I don't know what Nintendo's thinking on that one, and maybe they'll change their mind on that. But that's a dumb move when PlayStation and Xbox gives you games that are yours as long as you keep
the
membership.
service, which I'm cool with that. Like, 'cause
No,
that
I
makes
totally-
sense.
I totally
It's
agree
like you're
with that.
renting the license from them.
Absolutely.
But it would be jacked up if, like, all of a sudden they're like, you know what? Y'all have had 2 years of the free games or whatever. That was your trial period. Now you have to buy the games.
Well, don't get me
you
wrong. Nintendo has an amazing library, but they also have a library that's not that great. Like, think of the original Nintendo. There's out of, I don't know, how many games are there? 800 something?
Something like that.
Well, let's just say that there's 800. There's going to be 50 that are amazing, right? Mm-hmm. That's not that great. So if they give you a shitty game like, you know, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
That was
You know, who the fuck is going to want that
Yeah.
necessarily? Like, they got to come with it. And, you know, half the time, a lot of these people already paid for those games on the Wii or the Wii U, you know, digital download.
It is kind of, I was about to, okay, so I was going to say, like, I can't blame Nintendo necessarily for making people buy games over, but then because, like, you know, Xbox and PlayStation pretty much make you do it too, but then I was, like, thinking...
PlayStation has a lot of cross
I was thinking, though, but with Nintendo... Like, they've been doing the virtual console thing for, like, what, two consoles now?
Since the
so
Wii.
they should
Since
have
the
a
Wii.
record of you buying that actual game. So they should allow you to download it. Whereas, like, with the PlayStation... and
I agree.
Like, with the PlayStation and Xbox, if you didn't do a digital download of that game, they don't have that record proving that you bought it. So, yeah, I was about to give Nintendo a pass.
PlayStation does, though. PlayStation actually, if you buy, and I think it's current, like, if you buy a game that's cross-platform, you're good.
Yeah, that. But no, I was saying, like, I was going to give... I was saying, like Nintendo has no reason to make someone really repurchase a game.
Don't get me wrong.
Because they're from every
preaching to the
step
choir
of it,
there.
they have digital records showing on this date you bought this game. It's not like you rented this game. You bought this game digitally from them. So it should transfer over to this console.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir. I agree 100%.
And so,
But there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming out. I mean, you're talking, like, let's not look at the old stuff, because Nintendo's got a great great catalog of things that they can release. I think now you have people that have Raspberry Pis and stuff like that. The older stuff isn't as important, and especially with retro gaming, as big as it is right now and collecting and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, you can spend a little extra money and try to find some of these titles, but they're easily played through maybe a possible, we don't condone it necessarily, but ROMs. But I know that, Nintendo, they do their thing. They're always profitable. They're not selling this console at a launch, at a loss, which, Microsoft and Sony have to do.
Nintendo can't afford to sell. They don't have as much third-party support. So, which is how the other companies can sell at a loss, because they know they'll get the money back on software. But
they get their money back on software, but it's maybe a decade later, though.
Yeah, but still, and I'm saying, but Nintendo, they don't have that third-party support.
Is that not smart business move?
No, I'm just saying that's, they have to sell a console.
They've always been profitable.
I'm just saying they have to sell a console above loss, because there's no way they're going to make their money back on software.
And honestly, we won't know. Maybe the Switch will literally, change the whole third-party thing.
I don't expect a weak lineup right now, and I was expecting.
Did you know that Nintendo 64 launched with 2 games?
Nope.
Pilot Wings and Mario 64. The Switch has 4. The 64, I'm not saying it sold amazingly, but it did well.
I'm just afraid that, because I don't want people to think that I hate on Nintendo. I actually like Nintendo. I think they make some dumb decisions, but I don't want this to fail like the Wii U. I want this to actually be successful and us get good games. And I'm hoping they're actually working with third parties, because they say they are, but we didn't get to see any. Not very many came out during their event.
I think I'm in the minority. I don't want third party support.
I don't think Nintendo. I don't think the Wii U was a failure by any stretch of the imagination. I think the Wii U was a test run for them. I really think the Wii U was a test run for. Now, having seen the progression of what their business model is going towards, I think the Wii U was a test run for them. And they realized, okay, this system was a little bit more expensive for us to make. We can kind of dumb this down, slim it down, make it a little bit more portable. We've kind of slowed our growth of our 3DS, because I think they were trying to kind of put all these pieces together in one system, which is the Switch now.
Yeah.
I think they're very calculated, right? There's a Super Mario Run only on one operating system, already 10 million downloads in its first week. They're not worried about money, right?
Downloads, but how much retention of it? Like, how many people actually...
Doesn't matter. You already paid for.
Well, you don't have to pay for it. You can download it for free.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah. So how many converted and actually paid?
You don't.
Is what matters.
10 million downloads. That's still a lot of downloads. That
Even
still puts you in the top.
Even with the slowed 3DS sales, Nintendo has always been in the green. Now, they've never been to the point where it's been great. There've been some years where it's not great.
Yeah.
Because you can only buy. I mean, the average consumer is buying one 3DS or XL, right? And then, we're in the, or at least I know I'm in the minority where we've had multiple.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
I think the people that complain kind of annoy me, because I'm like, what were you expecting?
Yeah, at this day and age, you should understand that you're not expecting. You should not expect a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One when Nintendo launches.
I don't.
You shouldn't expect that.
I don't expect that. I just expect them to have support.
I don't even expect that, because their third party support has never been what sold their games. Anyway.
I thought they would.
Perfect
finally.
Example. Why would you want to play Call of Duty when you can play it in 4K?
Yeah.
On a Nintendo system that's dumbed down at this point.
It doesn't, but third-party support doesn't necessarily mean all cross-platform of the same game. Third-party support could be new IPs that
How
utilize.
How many new IPs has Microsoft come out with?
Let's not even bring Microsoft in.
Because
all the new IPs
they just basically killed all their IPs.
Yeah, all their IPs that they get, they just kill.
Don't give me that bullshit.
What?
It's all the same stuff on.
How's that bullshit?
Consoles.
I'm saying me personally, I don't want them to have the same. I don't want to have. When I say third-party support, I don't mean have the same game like Call of Duty on PlayStation, Xbox, and
do you realize
the Switch.
Why that scares developers, though? It's not necessarily because they don't want to develop for it.
It's like
I have one system I'm selling it for. A system that's not selling necessarily like the other ones. There's a lot of obviously a game to make a game takes a lot of research and development, stuff like that. Like they would. That's why we don't see a lot of original shit.
I know.
We see a bunch of sequels, and it's all pumped out on the 2 consoles that can run it, and that's fine, because you'll probably already have one of those, and you'll play it. Nintendo's going to have their own shit. I
know, but I'm saying, like, third parties could use the Nintendo, since there's not going to be as much of a graphical demand, like, it's more dumbed down. I've heard that it's supposed to be very easy to program for and stuff. So, like, that could be your test system for, like, launching some, like...
And I think it will be.
Some decent IP, original IP, or indie support. Do they even have any indie support?
And that's what I was going to... Yes, they do. Like, Box Boy is already developing a game for it, which is one of the most popular indie games that's out right now, Box Boy and Box Boy 2. But so there are some indie support that are going to develop for it. And indie support will probably develop for this system before they develop for other ones, because it'll be easier to develop for.
Plus, you can take a portable game.
Nintendo will allow. If you haven't noticed, Nintendo is becoming very marketable now, right? You're starting to see Nintendo socks. You're starting to see Nintendo shirts in Target. You're starting to see these in Walmart. You're starting to see, unfortunately, since Iwata has passed away, you're starting to see Nintendo becoming more marketable, more out in your face. Like, I was on Facebook, and Shirt Punch, which is an online place that does shirts, they had a bundle which had Nintendo themed potato chip clips, right? So you're starting to see that they are becoming more marketable. They're lending themselves to
Olympics.
Well, that right there, but I think that's more of a cultural aspect. They're going to be a big part of the Olympics, but now they're getting Nintendo World not only in Japan but also in the other 2 Universal parks as well. Yeah. So you're seeing that it is growing. So I think they will.
I mean, the people that complain about Nintendo also know that they grew up with it, and they'll always have a soft spot for it, whether or not they buy anything.
Yeah.
Nintendo is look at Mario. Mario is probably one of the most, if not the most, recognized
video game character.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Like over Pac-Man at this point.
Definitely. Yeah, he's definitely more recognizable than anybody else.
It is what it is, and I honestly, I don't care.
I agree with Willie. I would love to see Capcom develop some new IPs, like the chance they took with the GameCube. GameCube. Capcom is the biggest example because they really invested a lot of funds and money into the GameCube with the Capcom Top 9. Was that what it was? It was Project INO,
Resident Evil 4 was
Resident Evil 4, Killer 7. There were like 9 titles that they made exclusively for the GameCube, and they're Capcom's top 5 or top 9 or whatever.
None of them did. Which kind of really
would now go back and try to buy those games.
Resident Evil
4 did. Well, that's different. That's different.
Which I remember, like, we played that on the GameCube before
that
anybody got it on the PS2.
It was exclusive.
Yeah, and like
2 discs.
I mean, hell, that chainsaw controller up there.
You're welcome.
Is no, you didn't give that to me.
Amir gave it to you.
Yeah,
he gave it to me first. Then I told him to give it to you.
That's true. Okay, but anyways, like that was such a huge game for it, and I hope that happens. Mm-hmm. I'm saying it's not completely necessary. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I know, but I just don't want, like I don't want the Switch to go the way of like the Wii U, or having to wait like only get like 5 games on the console, then have to wait forever to get another one. That's what I say.
That's like their test, because they realized that they weren't going to focus on this Wii U anymore, and that's why the games slowly ended coming out. But I don't know. I think Nintendo has put too much into this system to let it kind of falter, but we don't know. Only time will tell.
Time will tell. But I will say this. Think about your PS4 and your Xbox. Mm-hmm. How many original IPs are there? It's a lot of remastered shit.
Yeah, there's
right now, yeah. And
right now, it's been out. How long have those
like
been out?
It's been remastered
but with
stuff.
the remasters, at least this is my thoughts on it. The main reason
I buy the remasters though.
The 2 things are one thing. First off, like, I love the remasters because like most of the games that have been remastered, I haven't played yet.
Yeah,
so I'm getting to actually
every single remaster that I bought, I've already played.
I already played it, and that's
I've already beat it.
I'm so tired of
so
that.
it's like with that, it's good for people like me who happen to just never get around to playing it.
Did Willie just say he's a casual gamer?
Right.
And then
I'm just kidding.
Games. And then
so the remaster part.
Okay, so I think you're in the minority on that, because there are so many of those
I
remasters.
don't like that remaster.
If they remaster a game, it's usually a huge game.
Yeah,
we're talking Uncharted series, we're talking Last of Us,
Bioshock.
we're talking Bioshock. Yeah,
God of War 3.
Or
Or God of War
a good portion have already played this, and they're willing to buy it again because there's nothing else to play, and they don't mind watching or playing it again in a better resolution, which is fine.
So that piece, I don't like that because there's not any new IPs coming out, and everybody knows, or if you know me, you know I buy almost every game. I buy a lot of, not almost every game, but I buy a lot of games that come out. I mostly don't play them unless it's a really big title.
I'm the exact opposite. I buy them and I play them.
The remasters are so annoying to me unless it's something like... the only one I'll give it to is God of War. God of War 3, because I never played God of War 3 on the PlayStation 3.
See?
So. Well, I only didn't play it because my PlayStation got stolen.
No, not that. I'm talking about, like, there were some great ones. The Uncharted collection looked a lot better.
Yeah.
I never played that originally. So
Bioshock still looked good.
Still haven't played Bioshock, so the remaster works for me.
Yeah,
for Last of Us.
I know. I'm saying
The Last of Us.
I never played it, so now the remake.
The Last of Us is
one.
that
I mean, like if you never played them, it's gonna be awesome.
A new
I know. That's what I was saying. The second,
not for me. I mean, like,
if you beat most of them,
I'm just kind of like, I beat all of them. I'm literally just kind of going, when's there gonna be a new game? And then the new game comes out, and you beat it real quick, and you're like, because I think games today, like, they don't take. If you invest 10 hours in a game, it doesn't matter what it is, generally speaking, you're probably going to beat it because they've set it up that way. There's no Nintendo hard necessarily anymore.
No.
You have challenging games that are a pain in the butt like Bloodborne and Dark Souls.
Those are just hard.
Well, but I think a lot of those are hard to the point where it teaches you.
So I don't like the remaster piece. What was your second thing?
Okay, so like the point of the remasters first was because it helps people like me, even though I might be in the minority, who haven't played them, to be able to play them now and like better graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
The second thing is remasters. I might be wrong on this, programmers out there. You can let me know, but remasters don't take as much work to convert it over to the PS4.
No, they don't take half.
Which means that they can like devote a small team, a company can devote a small team towards doing the remaster while the actual company works on their other bigger IPs.
But
or
name the new IPs then.
No, I'm saying like they work on either originals or their bigger ones.
I know.
Bigger
Name
games.
the IPs.
Like God of War. So like while they're working on the actual they're working on the actual God of War, they can put out the remaster to get people like excited again for the series.
That's Sony Interactive, but who published?
Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
And then like the Uncharted. Like, while they're working on the actual Uncharted 4, they put out the Drake collection, which kind of gets Uncharted back in your mind. People who never played it, now they can. So they're getting money from this. They get the guaranteed money from these big games that didn't take much work for them to convert it over.
The business
they're
getting
the money from that, while they can still devote more time to polish up the actual big release game that's going to be coming.
So that being said...
Those were givens, though.
So that being said, with Uncharted 4, do you think Uncharted 4 was to par with the other Uncharted's?
Absolutely.
I do.
I thought it was probably the best one.
And I played them like I played them all back to back. So
I personally liked 4 the best, but I don't know if I can't remember 2 because I didn't play it on the collection. So I can't remember 2 as well.
Fresh, like I played
it originally.
All of them
let me
back
give
to
you the
back.
perfect example from a gamer that plays games and beats them on a regular basis. I'm out of stuff to play.
Yeah.
I'm literally right now out of stuff that I want to play. Yeah. I'm not a Skyrim dude, I'm not a Bloodborne dude, not a Dark Souls dude. Yeah. Like, I played the big IPs. I'm kind of in the middle of Last Guardian, but I didn't want to buy it, and a friend was letting me play it, so it was one of those things where, like, I don't want to just go buy it right now.
Was it any good from while you were playing it?
Oh, I loved it.
Really?
Last Guardian?
Oh my god, Trico acts so much like an animal, which can be annoying to some people, but if you are an animal lover or have an animal, you're like, damn, they nailed it.
Is it like a dog or like a cat?
It's probably more like a dog.
More like a dog.
Really? Okay, so it actually will
listen.
Like a
cat.
Okay.
If it was a cat, he wouldn't listen to you at all.
I know, that's why I was asked. That's why I asked.
Like a dog.
I think that you would enjoy it if you liked.
Talia wants to play it. So
if you like,
yeah, she's been watching it for 2 E3s.
If you like Shadow of the Colossus,
it first came on while we were watching.
If you like Shadow of the Colossus, it's literally
still need to play that. They did a
oh my god, you didn't play
it? They did a remastered of it. Now you can go play it.
Yeah, they got a remaster for PS3
though?
Now they got a remaster for the PS4.
They got it for the PS4 now?
Do they?
I think so.
Yeah, because I have it on the PS3 remastered.
Well, you can download it.
Yeah, you don't need it. Yeah, just play on the PS3. But
if it's on the PS4 with better graphics, watch.
Like, thank you for 2K for having NBA 2K for me, because that's what I spend a lot of my time on when there's nothing else to play. Is I'll just play some of my career on that.
They need to fix some of their stuff too.
Oh, don't get me wrong. They've always been buggy.
No, I know. I'm just saying they need to. There's some of the stuff that, like, I say when you go to like do a steal, you like fly way past the person.
Really? Because I'm like averaging like 14 steals a game.
You have it on easy.
I'm so.
No, I'm just joking.
I know. I don't have it on easy, but I literally like it's so like.
My bad, buddy. It's
so bad.
It's only on PS.
I actually own
3. It's only on PS3.
It was like a free download.
Shadow of the Colossus is so good.
On PS3.
That's what I heard.
Oh my gosh!
You need to play Ico and then Shadow of the Colossus.
Both. I have.
You know, I didn't like Ico
like
as much.
Release.
It was good, but it wasn't. I didn't like it as much.
Well,
Shadow of the Colossus is better.
So, what other? Because I know we were saying we wanted to discuss like 2016. Like,
what was your favorite game?
2016, Final. I know some people are not going to like it, but Final Fantasy 15.
It's your opinion. No one can
Final
say
Fantasy
you're wrong.
15. Like I'm not going to say it's the best game ever, but to me personally, in terms of like the game that I got the most, felt like
you got the most
out of it, because I put 160 hours in that game total. Like, okay, so. Some like this is a little. This is a little.
You don't have to explain.
Well, no,
yourself.
I'm going to explain it to them too.
I,
Okay, so this is a little personal. Like for me, like to part the kimono. Like my brother and me say. Another podcast I listen to. Like I suffer from like depression and stuff. So with that, a lot of times. If that's being severe at the time, I have to try to motivate and pump myself up to even do things that I enjoy doing. So like playing games. And so a lot of times I have to, if I want to play a game, like I usually have to actually force myself to start playing it so that I can actually, my brain will. So like a lot of times I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm playing a game, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
Unless it draws you in a little bit.
I mean, like I have to just force myself to start, and then I'll finally be like, okay, I'm glad I started a game, kind of thing. It's weird. And so with Final Fantasy, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I would say let that be a lesson. Like anybody suffering from depression, don't tell them to just watch a movie or play a video game. It doesn't work that way. In fact, that's really insulting to actually say that to somebody. If you're down, you don't want to do anything. That includes doing something that you like to do when you're happy.
Some people don't understand that. Yeah.
So don't ever suggest something like that to somebody suffering from depression.
And so, like with Final Fantasy, it took me like a day or two before I finally, actually popped it in. Like I saw it and stuff, and then I had played the demos back, and I really was excited to play it. But then every time I like go towards the play, I'm like, I just can't get myself to do it. And so finally, I was just like, I just need to put it in there and just see. And so I put it in there, and it actually engaged me to where it was the first game in a long time where I didn't feel like I had to like pump myself up and motivate myself to even go play.
That's a great.
I was actually wanting
example,
to. It made me feel like it helped me through some of those episodes of like the severe depression and stuff. Like I said, I put in 160 hours into that game. Like immediately I beat 100% of the game, beat every single quest available in the game, and like still think about the game, like wanting to play it. The story is
luckily there's DLC.
Like I can't go any further. I don't want to end up accidentally spoil anything.
But
just say like that game would have to be for me personally, because it helped me like while I was struggling with stuff.
You love the game, it had its problems though.
Yeah,
I completely get that.
Sorry to bring the mood down, but
no.
So your game was
Final Fantasy 15.
I think that's a really good point though. For you, it's perfect. It's kind of the perfect game for it. You can spend a lot of time in there. It's open world.
You build relationships in a way, or you start to feel like you have a relationship with the characters.
The fact that you had to watch stuff to actually really feel stuff.
I haven't watched the movie or the anime yet.
You should.
I know.
You should have at least watched the anime before.
The anime actually
before you played the game.
Bit more.
It'll make you feel more connected to those characters.
Because they didn't do the greatest.
Yeah, no, because you're watching it going, I don't really care about you, but having seen the Funimation videos before playing the game, at least those, so you can... Weren't they Funimation?
Oh, God, I don't know. I just watched it online.
I don't think so.
On YouTube.
They were some major producer.
Yeah, well, the anime is what he's talking about.
Yeah, not Kingsglaive.
They really did help understand, like especially Prompto.
Yeah, in fact, if you're listening to this and you haven't played it and you want to play it, if you're wanting to just jump into the game, watch Brotherhood, which is the anime series.
It's available
if you
free
really
on
wanted the lore, then watch Kingsglaive. Jules, what was yours?
My favorite game of 2016?
2016.
Final Fantasy 15.
15. Okay.
Any particular reason?
Just a fun game. I always like the Final Fantasy games, at least coming from X or 10 and above. So, so that to me was just a really great game. You know, I loved it from the demo. So if you guys remember, I played the demo almost to, I think I got up to level 70 on the demo.
Wow.
Just going back and forth and playing and fighting the Bahamut or whatever his name was, or Deadeye, over and over again. I really, really enjoyed the first demo. I didn't enjoy the second demo quite as much.
I kind of regret not doing that. I mean, I ended up buying the game and playing it, but like I didn't play the. I played past the Carbuncle demo. I didn't really mess with it.
But so that would be mine, and I'm still playing it. I'm not nearly as far as you guys are.
We're done.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just beat chapter.
Put a fork in his. We're done. There's not much else you can do.
I just beat chapter 3 last night, and I'm level 69 already.
Yeah. Well, that's the one positive and negative thing I think is that you can level up so quickly and be so overpowered. Which I think a lot of Final Fantasy games you can do that, but like this one seemed the easiest to level up that quickly.
It was. You could exploit some things there, and it definitely felt like it was pretty easy to.
Especially those hotels, and if you pre-order, you got half off of all your your lodgings and stuff. And
I can't wait until Jules finishes it so we can actually discuss the story.
Hopefully, it'll be soon.
Get to it. It's not that hard.
All right, Zach. What about? Oh, sorry.
But yeah, that was my favorite one.
Zach, what about you?
Uncharted 4.
Oh, yeah, kind of
Uncharted 4 would have been mine until I played Final Fantasy 15.
But I'll tell you why. And it's because Final Fantasy felt a little... And I loved the game. Don't get me wrong. I liked it probably almost as much as you guys. I found that it came into my life at a time when I really didn't have much to do. So being able to kind of spend some time with it and really get into it. But my problem is I didn't get into the lore. I didn't watch the anime until afterwards. I didn't watch the Kingsglaive until afterwards. And at that point I was like, well shit, that really would have made me feel different towards some of the characters, or at least know kind of what was going on, because they expected you to have watched those.
I did.
So Uncharted 4 for me, because I'm a huge fan of
it's like your favorite system. Uncharted. I mean, your favorite
it was
franchise.
For a while. It was the PS4. It was a PS3. The reason to have a PS3 was the Uncharted series.
I think it still is.
And I think that literally Uncharted was the swan song. I don't need to ever see another Nathan Drake. I would love to. Well, that's not necessarily true. We never know. You know,
that's true.
Naughty Dog might get to that point where
we need money.
Oh shit!
We
need to come up with something.
I mean, he does have a
spoiler.
Oh, never mind. Spoiler alert. He just Amniplex. Yeah. So he has so you never know. Maybe when she gets older, despite her parents trying to keep her from.
She was named Laura.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. What was that actually her name in the game?
No.
I forgot it. Okay, that would have been.
But honestly, I thought that was my favorite.
I think they ended that series.
I will agree with that,
because it was perfect from start to finish. It wasn't something where you were playing a game and you know what I mean, and what it did exactly what it intended to do for the exact amount of time that it did.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one too.
Even though they didn't ever hint at the fact that he had a brother in 3 past games.
They didn't need to. When would it ever come up? I guess
it's just funny.
I definitely liked it. I want to go back and play 2 because I remember 2 being amazing.
2 was great,
and
I liked it better than 3.
3 was my least favorite of all of them.
I agree with that.
3 felt like it was kind of put together. And
3 felt so cliche.
Yeah.
And it felt overly long, and the story was not as interesting.
Yeah. So with Uncharted 4,
that's not to say it was bad. 3 is still a good game.
A great game, but 2 up until that point was the best one.
I agree.
1 was amazing. Then 2 came out and you're like, oh wow, Naughty Dog, you guys just moved the bar. And then 3 came out and you're like, oh, well, the bar's still.
Hell, I loved the Vita game. I thought it was good.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Oddly enough, no Sully in that one. So if you're looking for that dynamic, you're going to miss it out on that one. And that is a big piece of it. And of course,
Telltale came out with the Batman series, which was pretty good.
Telltale
doesn't really make bad games.
What I liked about your Uncharted game, though, is Uncharted. And if you notice, I really believe in getting your money's worth out of your games. particularly now in this day and age of season passes, which I can't stand.
Yeah.
But
no doubt. Give me a finished product.
Splatoon did it well. They released a game. It had its bugs in the beginning. Every patch, they gave you new stuff, and it was free. What I like, and I'll lend this to your game too, Uncharted 4, is that they release all these patches. They release all this content for their online gameplay of Uncharted 4, which is a lot of fun, actually. It's really a lot of fun. And you can buy it. You can go online and use real money and buy the coins to buy all this online stuff. But if you play the game and you're good, you can actually get this stuff throughout the game as well. Or just by playing the game, you can get stuff to do it. So I really like
the way to do it.
I really like that. And that tips my hat to them as well.
True.
That tips my hat to them as well. I would have said Uncharted 4, just like you, but really...
I think you're more of a Final Fantasy fan.
I am.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't expect you,
I love the Uncharted games, and Talia sat and watched that one with me, and she really liked it. She thought this was a good story.
Well, that's really how they marketed it for a while, this is a game that your girlfriend wouldn't mind you playing because the story's so good.
And she thinks Nathan Drake is kind of fun, so...
Nolan North.
Oh, Nolan North.
It's still crazy that he's in Pretty Little Liars. It's still still.
Would know that.
I knew it because Willie said it. Well, yeah, that's a great game.
I mean, I was gonna say No Man's Sky, but no, just kidding.
Yeah, right.
What about
that was the biggest? If we did biggest letdowns of 2016.
I mean, I had fun with it.
How did you have fun with it?
I mean, I don't know. I had a lot of time.
I guess you had a lot of time on your hands. If you don't have a lot of time on your hands, you're trying to play that dumbass game. You falling to fucking sleep. I hated that bitch ass game. Every time I turned it on, Talia would come in there.
Just call it that bitch ass game.
Every time I turned it on, Talia would come in there and she'd be like, "Oh, you fell asleep again." I'd be passed out listening to those sorry ass music, sleeping. It was a great sedative.
It had its problems, but like once you kind of got yourself all squared away, but that's the problem. Once you maxed out your stuff, which didn't take that long,
really,
you were kind of like.
I had such
now
high
it's
hopes
just
for
about
that game.
traveling.
I had such high hopes
for everybody.
It wasn't for me, but
they handled the PR on that horribly. Afterwards,
but think about
the PR before it though, was amazing because you wanted to.
Oh,
you thought you were going to play the best game ever.
But playing it, at least it played well.
Yeah, it did. I would agree that it played well.
It did.
When I was awake to play it,
but it had its problems. There wasn't any depth to it.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't definitely any depth.
It was literally
any kind of emotional feeling. It didn't exude or provoke or invoke any emotion from the player.
And plus, some of the stuff that they said would happen, which is probably stuff they would patch in later, like being able to run into other people in the galaxy, and then people actually did it, and they couldn't see each other, and it's
they were like, well, you're maybe not there at the same time.
Yeah,
and you're like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
but on a different note, still video game related. Two things. So, what's your most anticipated game in 2017? And then we're also going to go into IPs again.
Okay.
For each.
Well, I think that's a good point.
2017?
Yeah.
Right now, for what we know, because so many games are going to get pushed back. But I'm going to say one right now. My most anticipated game that I know is going to be coming out is going to be South Park Fractured Butthole.
Yeah. Yeah,
because it comes out in March.
Okay, what's yours? Because I got a time.
I don't know. I'm still looking through them. I have because I have some of the list here of the top 30 anticipated ones.
I mean, I would say something like Kingdom Hearts, but we don't know.
We don't know.
Final Fantasy VII remake, we don't know.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 7 is coming out.
I'm not
going to play
What is it? Mass Effect. I know a lot of people. I've never played it.
I am.
I want to play this one because this one doesn't directly connect to any of the other ones, so I don't have to play the other ones.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan, and that's why this game is going to be... I'm looking forward to it, but dude, I spent so much time with that character.
Yeah, you like those characters. That guy.
That my shepherd isn't going to be a part of this. I'm I don't know. I mean, it's starting over. So.
For me, I think the one that I'm most anticipating. Dang, this is sucky because you're on the same mode as Zach for once. Mm-hmm. But I really want to do South Park.
Oh yeah.
If I have to pick something outside of South Park, because I'm South Park might be the only game that I've almost 100%ed. And for the 100% South Park, you have to play it at least 3 times. You got to play it one playthrough without buying anything, one playthrough buy everything, and then one playthrough as a Jew. So
how is that possible?
Huh?
Because it forces you to buy one thing, at least the first weapon.
That's one of the achievements: is don't buy anything throughout the game. You don't buy anything.
Okay,
So,
that's
I guess you can just play with the stick they give you. Don't they give you a stick at the beginning? If I remember correctly, I don't remember. But that's one of the achievements. So I haven't done that one yet, but I'm trying to 100% that game. So and I've played it on Xbox. I have it on PS3. I've played it on Xbox One.
Gosh, it was so good.
So it's a great game, especially if you're a fan of the series, which like I am. So
Yeah,
I'm really
absolutely.
looking forward to the Fractured Butthole. I can't decide if I want to get the real version, the $59.99 version, or the $99.99 version. I'm not getting the $149 version, but. So that one, I really want to play that one. But I think if I had to pick one outside of the Fractured Butthole, I really want to say Marvel vs. Capcom. Now, the new Marvel vs. Capcom, I think it's Marvel vs. Capcom Fates. Is it Fates or Infinite? Or I'm not really sure
Just had it pulled up.
exactly what the title is. But why I'm looking so forward to this one, because I love Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And then, of course, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where they introduced Doctor Strange and so forth. But I'm...
Infinite.
Infinite?
Marvel vs. Capcom
So,
Infinite.
I'm really looking forward to this one because I'm curious to see how they're going to do this without any X characters. Because
they're not doing.
they don't have X-Men.
Oh,
rights.
that's right.
So I'm curious to see what they're going to do because now you're not going to have a
Wait,
Cyclops.
how do they not have the rights? Because Marvel's still owned by Disney.
Yeah, but Fox owns the X characters. I'm sorry. Yeah, Fox. Yeah, Fox. Fox Studios owns X-Men.
You don't think Disney could just be like...
Well, as it looks right now, they're saying that they were not given the rights for the X-Men characters. So that's Wolverine, that's Magneto,
That's some of the most
Cyclops, Cable.
I'm not
These
even
are
talking
some-
about comic book favorites, but like in the game.
That's what I'm talking about. In the game,
Yeah.
these are the characters that people play with. Omega Red, all these characters that they don't have rights to for this particular game. They still have them for Captain America and Spider-Man and all those guys.
It just seems
But,
kind of dumbed down. At that
Yeah,
point.
so I don't
Yep.
know what they're going to do to fill that roster spot. So I'm curious to see who they're going to
maybe
bring in.
Capcom just starts bringing things in.
I think they'll probably bring in things like the Guardians of the Galaxy characters.
No,
some
that's
more
a
of
smart
those.
move.
So, but Howard the Duck and things of that nature. But so I don't know, but I'm curious. So that to me is anticipating because I love the 2D fighter. I'm not as good as I used to be. My fast twitches don't work like they used to, but I'm really curious to see what that's going to look like without those X characters, and you don't have a Weapon X and so forth. So,
Wow, I didn't. Oh, that sucks. I didn't know that.
So I'm curious on that one. But that's if I had to pick something other than South Park, that would be the one that I'm looking forward to.
Me is God of War.
Are we sure that's coming out this year, though?
Yeah.
I thought they said it was.
Well, I mean, like...
I don't know what
potentially
time.
get pushed
2000.
back.
It
Well,
could get
still,
pushed back, but
any
as
of these
rumored,
games we said could get
But
pushed
that,
back.
but that's my point. Was ones that were
confirmed.
Confirmed.
It's
to come
confirmed for it's supposed to be.
I heard.
Well,
that
no.
it was
I
coming
mean,
out.
like, does it have a date? Like a date, because South Park has a date.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom has a date. I'm sure.
It just says coming out in 2017. There's
you
no
know.
set date.
But
And
yeah,
then,
let's
like
hope.
with
That's
like
why I
the
didn't say, like,
Mass
Final
Effect
Fantasy VII.
Andromeda. That one's like Q1 of 2017.
So that would be
and
by
stuff.
March.
No, I know it already has a date. It's March 20. It comes out right after or before South Park. I know that, but I didn't say Mass Effect because it's not necessarily the story that.
Yeah, that you've grown up with.
Well,
God of
I mean,
War.
I'm sure it's gonna be good.
God
I'm
of War
sure.
has always been is one of my top games that I like throughout the years, and so to see it come to life on the PS4 and like seeing what it was like at E3, the gameplay looked great, and it's kind of interesting to see Kratos now as like a father figure and stuff. But yeah, you can tell he still has some of his rage inside, but he's trying to like it's kind of like he's trying to figure out how to really be a father when he never had a father himself, kind of thing. Because Spartans, they weren't like pampered. It was kind of like they were trained to be warriors from like day one, and so it's interesting
Maybe
to
I
see.
didn't catch that lore. I didn't play all of them.
Oh, really?
Like one. I remember playing that over at your
Yeah.
house, and
Uh-huh.
then 2, but we never finished 3.
I'm curious to see it from the Noric mythology.
Oh, yeah,
perspective.
yeah, that
I really
too.
want to see that. I'm not one of those people who loves Noric mythology. I'm not a fan of it. It's neat. It's neat, but I love Greek and Roman mythology, and so I loved the original God of Wars just because that's the world they took place in. And now to see the Spartan over in what we can assume is and he's doing it against Norse mythology. So that's kind of neat. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. Of course, it's going to push the capabilities of a PS4 Pro, so that'll be awesome.
They've always
always done really well. So,
oh yeah.
So being a big God of War fan, I forgot about that one. That's a really good game too.
I hope it comes out this year. I mean,
it's supposed to. It's one of their premier titles, so it's supposed to.
Like it has. They don't have a set date for 2007, but so far it's been confirmed that it's 2017. Yeah, 2017.
I think it'll be good.
Don't get me wrong. If I knew that Kingdom Hearts was coming out this year, Kingdom Hearts would be it. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, it could. Who knows what it's going to be like? So, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be amazing.
Well, what do you think about?
There was something. There was something about Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry, God of War that looked really, really good. What was that? I don't remember now. Oh well. Anyway.
It's like, what do y'all think about
the open world aspect of it? I'm curious to see that because it's
that's right.
It's always been a very linear game, so I'm curious to see what that open world
super
aspect
linear.
looks like.
So, what do you think about console exclusives in terms of
what's coming out, or
I'm just like, what are your thoughts about the fact of Xbox hardly has any console exclusives, and it seems like PlayStation has a ton coming out here in 2017, especially. Any thoughts on that? Because
when I think console exclusive with Xbox, I've only ever thought of one anyway, which was always Halo. That's the only real console exclusive I ever thought they had.
Gears of War.
Yeah, I forgot about Gears of War. I know there are other ones, but to me, the only one they had
that matter.
The one that mattered was Halo.
For you, anyways.
Yeah, it was Halo. Gears of War is a very good game. I love the Gears of War series. I hadn't heard anything about this last one. I didn't really play it.
I loved it. It's good.
I didn't play the one before it. That's why I didn't play
games. Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't play Judgment.
Oh, I'm going to have to play Judgment.
Oh, so terrible. Don't do it.
Yeah. And then what was the other one that they had that was exclusive? There's
Cuphead, Crackdown 3.
Those are sorry games.
Out.
No, we don't know about Cuphead. Cuphead looks amazing.
I don't know what Cuphead is, but
wait, after this is over, I'm gonna show you the trailer of Cuphead, and you'll change your mind.
Yeah, it looks very similar to the old timey Mickey Mouse cartoon, like Steamboat.
Oh, I've seen that. I have seen that. Okay.
My only issue with it is it's a game that I probably would get
it's
frustrated
not a $60 game.
Well, no. I mean, they purposely made it super hard.
Yeah.
And I'm
Nintendo Hard. You were talking about earlier.
I don't agree with Nintendo Hard. Nintendo Hard was a reason to make a game that is not long.
They have no exclusives.
That's what I'm kind of like.
Let's see.
That's what I'm kind of like. I'm still trying to find a full list of the Xbox ones. So Xbox right now is behind in sales and everything to the point where they're not even releasing their sales numbers anymore. They go by how many active users on Xbox Live, which takes into account 360 as well. So it's kind of a skewed number at this point. But Xbox lineup, they don't really have any console mover type games in terms of someone who's buying the console.
Yeah, not for an exclusive game.
They're one of the exclusives that they did have that I was excited about was the Scalebound. Looked pretty good.
It got canceled.
It was kind of like you had a dragon that was your buddy throughout your how would you describe Scalebound?
Just based off the trailer, which
it got canceled though.
Yeah. It was. Just think of My Pet Dragon.
Okay.
With awesome boss battles.
And did they actually come out and say why it got canceled? I didn't read that.
I don't think, for what I read, it didn't really give a full reason, legit reason.
And it could be just the game sucked.
From my opinion, Xbox is definitely behind, if you take Wii out of the situation, of the two major game developers. Xbox is not up to par anymore. They really revamped their online community, which I don't think was for the better. Their online community, and then was surpassed by PlayStation Plus when they were giving free games. So now they try to play catch up with that and giving their free games. They don't have any more console exclusives that are really that amazing. The Halo 5 was good. I enjoyed it. Gears of War, as you said, was good, but I just don't see how they're really. competing with PlayStation right now.
Well, I mean, I would prefer based on controller, interface, system to play any game on a PlayStation 4 anyways. So when those cross-platform games, and like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, you know how like a lot of people when they're playing a game, they have to play on the system they originally played on if it's an older system.
That's the way
now, Mass Effect would have been
Xbox.
Xbox. Yeah. No, I'm going to be playing it on the PS4.
Yeah.
I just like the user interface a lot on the PS4.
Oh, it's
way better. But that's because Xbox changed the formula that already worked.
Yeah.
Because Xbox's user interface was 10 times better than PlayStation's.
Oh, I agree.
Xbox 360 was
so
way
easy.
better than
And I
PlayStation
missed the Avatar.
3's. Yeah,
I spent
me too.
so much stupid money on stupid little things to
or I
wear.
played games to get clothes for that thing. And it's still there. You can still
you
have
still
it,
see your avatar, but you can't do anything.
Yeah,
with it.
they
no backgrounds. Remember buying the backgrounds and stuff?
Yeah, I remember. And so to me, Xbox has taken a few steps backwards and really didn't, and where PlayStation has caught up and surpassed with their whole interface and their live content. And you're seeing that with their games that they're getting. Destiny, for example, everything's coming out on PlayStation first.
Yeah.
Same thing with Final Fantasy. A lot of things are coming out first for these cross-platform games on the PlayStation because it right now is a better interface, it has a better fan base, and it's a better system, in my personal opinion.
And then also for those people out there who are like, they just threw a ton of money at the companies, which is probably true, but overall it is more profitable for a company right now to go with the PlayStation 4 in terms of any type of like promotions and things like that.
And if we really want to talk about deep pockets, I can just say Bill Gates.
Yeah.
But even so, I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that the best original IP that's come out I can think of on this system, I could be wrong, that was an Xbox exclusive would be Sunset Overdrive.
I love that.
I like that too.
I love that.
It was awesome.
Yeah. And then
but
nothing happened with it afterwards.
That was literally and it was so right for a sequel.
Yeah.
But like can you think of another original IP that came out No, I'm sure there is one. I'm just not thinking of it, or it's a game that I never played because I had no interest.
I can't think.
But even so, original IP goes as far as original IPs go, that's pretty bad.
Just to name a couple of the PlayStation 4 exclusives that are going to be coming out: Nioh, Nioh, which is kind of like
basically Samurai.
Yeah, Samurai
Bloodborne or Dark Souls.
The demo was way too hard.
Persona 5 is it? Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah. That's the one I said earlier.
Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reloaded. So
those
it's like
are the Vita games that are being made.
But they're definitely going to get
remastered.
the JRPGs on
of
Sony.
course.
But let's see, the Final Fantasy remake is going to be Final Fantasy 7 remake is a PlayStation exclusive.
Is it a timed exclusive?
I don't know. Like that's
because I know
showing.
Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is going to be.
I know Kingdom Hearts is, and then what? Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Oh hell yeah!
Which is standalone also. And The Last of Us Part 2. I need to play
The Last of Us was a exclusive.
I still need to play that too. God of War, of course. Yeah. Spider-Man.
Oh, is that going to be an exclusive?
Apparently.
Well, it makes sense. Sony has the
Oh, that's a good point. But no. But special about that Spider-Man is it's the same company that did Infamous.
Yeah.
So that's going to be amazing.
Oh, so it's
open world.
Sucker Punch?
Yeah, it's Sucker Punch.
Oh, wow.
Did Sucker Punch do...
Yeah.
No, did they do Sunset Overdrive too?
No. Okay. Sucker Punch did...
Sucker Punch is a PlayStation...
And they did Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
Sly Cooper.
Wait, so this might not... Who made Ratchet and Clank?
Did Sucker Punch?
Insomnia.
No, Insomnia.
This is Insomnia. Okay, I was about to say... No, this is from the same... Spider-Man's being developed by the same people that did Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, so that's Insomnia.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. With titles like Sunset Overdrive and Ratchet and Clank under their belt. The main reason I know because one of the Machinima, one of the Inside Gaming people, worked on Sunset Overdrive, and he was talking about it.
Maybe because it's parkour type stuff.
Yeah, but it looks awesome.
I still want a sequel.
Did you ever play Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so good on the PlayStation 2.
I still want a sequel to Infamous Second Son.
Me too.
Game.
It was right for it.
I know. Maybe they will eventually because they left it where there could be all those different conduits escaping. And
you could
free.
still do it with the same.
You can still do it with Cole.
No, I know. I'm saying like.
Oh, I see.
Not Cole. What was the dude's name? Cole was the original.
It was. Oh shit.
Anyway,
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker in X. Whatever.
Death Stranding, which we still don't know much about that. The Final Fantasy VII remake,
which is going to be broken down over multiple games.
Yeah, which sucks. Days Gone, which is another.
That looks horrible. I'm sorry.
Is that the one with the zombies?
That's the zombie one.
Yeah, with the millions of zombies.
Over zombies.
DayZ is basically the movie DayZ meets. I don't know.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Crash Bandicoot, the Insane trilogy, so the remakes of Crash Bandicoot, which I don't.
Which they got much. Popular because of the little piece in Uncharted again. People got really excited about that.
Then Detroit Become Human.
That looks interesting.
That looks interesting to me.
We'll see. I mean, I don't have a soft spot in my heart. I don't have a soft place in my heart for Android, so I don't really care about them. So I don't. I think the point is, it didn't really show you anything about the game.
Correct.
Play. It was just
that
the
one's
basic
thing.
Ni no Kuni's 2. I still need to play.
Oh, it's so good.
Did you beat it? I couldn't beat it.
No, I got right to the end.
It got so Pokemon-ish where I felt like I needed to level up everything.
I don't know why. I got all the way to the end. Like I could have just walked to the boss and beaten it, and I just didn't.
So there's a lot of exclusives that look really good.
Yeah, there's and so like I'm excited for.
That just again shows that people are the PlayStation. It really is an amazing console. I still am really, loyal to the system. So, like, Dead Rising 4, Xbox for me. I'm not going to buy that on PlayStation, even though now it's not an exclusive anymore because Dead Rising used to be an exclusive a long time ago. I won't buy that on PlayStation.
Yeah, but I think the difference is though, like
my Final Fantasy, I'm going to buy that on PlayStation. I'm not going to buy that on Xbox. So I'm sorry, I'm exclusive.
And I think the only difference is we'll use Mass Effect as an example, right? It was a timed exclusive. Even though it was an exclusive for a long time, it was a timed exclusive. So if it came out on a different console, then I don't know. Even though I played them all on the Xbox. But I will say this. PlayStation also has a huge upgrade. Big thing on the VR with the Resident Evil game coming out. That's at least a year timed exclusive to where, like, the VR, like, because the whole game can be played in VR. Like, Xbox isn't going to get it when they get their VR system, and Oculus Rift, it won't even be an Oculus or HTC Vive for at least a year.
Wow.
So if you were wanting to play a scary ass game that I would never play,
I'm not playing it.
I'm not going to play it in anyways.
I think we should play it and stream it.
You can. I'll watch you play.
I wish you could get Ashley to play.
I'm not playing it.
Ashley's in pharmacy school.
Yeah,
you won't be seeing much of her.
So I guess we talked about games for a long time. So let's jump over to movies. This is something that
let's make this brief because there's not a whole lot to talk about anyways.
Well, Assassin's Creed. A lot of people have been giving it.
Are you talking about the video game movies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, video games movies in general, but we were having this discussion the other day about how Julius and I both saw Assassin's Creed, the movie, and both of us enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
The story wasn't great, but I think it was entertaining.
It was definitely built more for the person who's played the game. The movie's built more for a person who's played, just like World of Warcraft was. If you've played the games, you're going to get a little more out of this movie than if you haven't. But it was still entertaining as an action film.
Yeah, Becky didn't like World of Warcraft.
I've heard mixed things about that.
But when I said that, there were elements of that, like there were inside jokes that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Because I've never played the game.
Did you enjoy the movie?
World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. Both Tally and I liked it.
So Assassin's Creed,
I liked
without spoiling anything, you both
I liked it. It was entertaining.
Well,
I'm not going to go home and say, this is a great movie, everybody should buy it, but it was entertaining.
I had this great conversation with Willie, and he had to really think about it for a second. Would you consider it the best video game adaptation in film form thus far? Or if it isn't, what is your favorite? Because Willie did think Assassin's Creed was the best video game movie, right?
I think so, kind of. Like, I mean, Mortal Kombat, of course, is
that's
like
what
a classic.
Said. Mortal Kombat.
But take that one out, then I would say.
Even though it's so dated.
From the translation from a game to a movie, Mortal Kombat would be the best. But if you put it in comparison, Mortal Kombat really didn't have a story.
True.
No.
Right? That was back when video games were just video games.
Yeah.
Now video games are more of a story or more of a
interactive.
They just have more of a
They're able
to a story, I guess.
Tell more of the story.
So I honestly think of I'm gonna really.
We sure know it's not Doom.
I wasn't gonna say Doom. I was gonna say the other one by Joule. What's his name?
Oh,
Postal?
No.
Usain Bolt.
No. Yui Bowl.
Yule Bowl. But what was the one about the girl vampire?
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain. That's what I was gonna say. No. Honestly, I would probably say. Well, did you guys watch the fan?
That doesn't count.
Okay.
The Machinima Street Fighter, the Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter one.
I was gonna say Mortal Kombat and then the Dead Rising one, but if you guys haven't seen it,
I don't want to count those because it's not a big Hollywood.
A Hollywood blockbuster, or Hollywood budgeted movie.
Yeah.
I would say this probably is the best one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say this probably because when you think about it, though,
good.
what else is made? What else is other video games?
It's true. No, there's been a ton of video. We went through the list, and we were like,
what?
wow, they're terrible.
Yeah, Kirito, he was reading them off, and I was like, I didn't even realize that was...
Oh, I mean, I remember
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, you forget about a lot of them because they're forgettable.
So I would definitely say that this is probably the best movie adaptation of a video game.
Because I think third or second in my list, because I haven't seen Assassin's Creed, was like Prince of Persia. And then like Silent Hill. Which wasn't great,
loosely, but yeah,
it was still. World
of Warcraft is pretty good too, although I don't really know what the games were like, but I never played them. But I would definitely say, having played a little bit of the Assassin's Creed 1, I could see maybe Hitman.
Which one?
I haven't seen either.
There was Timothy Olyphant movie, and then there was that No Name guy that did. The trailer looked awesome for it. I never saw it.
I didn't know there was more than one.
There's two.
Hitman, Agent 47.
Agent 47 was the new one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hitman was the original. Hitman was a good one, too.
How old was that one, the original?
The original? Like,
we were in Blockbuster, right?
6, 7.
No, were we?
No, I don't think we were.
6 or 7 years.
7 years.
So, of the ones that I can think of off the top of my head right now, I would definitely say that Assassin's Creed is probably the best one.
Here's the next question. It has nothing to do with video games, but it has to do with film. What was your favorite film of last year, 2016? It's tough. Sorry to put you on the spot. I know that's going to be tough.
What was all out there?
Just off the top of your head, you don't have
2016?
2016, last year. What was your favorite movie? Rogue One?
Mm-hmm. Rogue One was
barely
good.
made it in.
Rogue One was really good, but I'm trying to see if there's something else that I watched. What about Star Wars? Was that in 2015 or was that
Force
16?
Awakens?
15. That came out 15.
I don't know. It's either Rogue One or...
Rogue One came out.
It's either Rogue One or Civil War. One of the two.
Was
For me, Rogue One or Civil War.
Batman vs. Superman, was that 2016?
Yeah.
Yes,
2016.
And
I think.
It was early.
Yeah.
I think maybe May.
Suicide Squad.
Really?
No.
Good movie.
No. I would say, Rogue One.
You can say Rogue One or Civil War for me.
Okay, so this is totally not nerdy in any capacity, but my favorite movie of last year is an indie movie called Sing Street.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this movie. Mm-hmm. It is so good. You know the days of feel-good movies where you would see something at the theater and just walk away just happy and you felt good afterwards? That is this movie incarnate. They don't make those movies that often.
Watch it with subtitles, though.
But Sing Street was my favorite movie of 2016. So please go watch it and then direct any hate towards me. I loved it. It was amazing. I don't want to go into the plot because you can look that up easily. But it was my favorite movie of 2016. Hands down.
I haven't seen... Well, that's 2017, so never mind.
What? Which one?
I was going to say La La Land. I want to see that one.
Yeah, it looks good.
But yeah, mine would definitely be Civil War or
Civil War
Rogue
was
One.
good?
Yeah, that's mine.
I haven't seen Rogue One.
Cool.
Yet.
Damn. Could have been Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been Doctor Strange.
Mine is Doctor Strange.
Forgot about Doctor Strange. Mine, actually, I'm going to change that. Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I changed mine too.
I just thought about that. Doctor Strange.
I changed mine too.
Mine's either going to be Doctor Strange or Rogue One.
Two-part question now. What is the movie that you're looking forward to the most this year?
I don't even know. I don't keep up with... sorry. Hit my mic. I don't even know. I don't really
I'm looking forward to Spider-Man.
With movies.
Spidey.
Yeah, Homecoming.
Looking good.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 looks
Mine's
awesome.
going to be a superhero movie, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it might be
here's the thing.
Episode 8.
I find that, the indie movies that I stumble across are either suggested or you stumble across them. So you won't know until you see them. But as far as big budget movies go, it's going to be a big budget film.
Definitely.
I think
it's Triple X. The Return of Xander Cage.
Hey man,
some people actually are excited about that.
I already. But some of my friends went to a screening already, and
I'm gonna see it because I like.
It's got to be better than 2.
I like 2.
You like 2?
Yeah, I like 2.
With Ice Cube's digitally enhanced physique.
I like 2. I really did. I liked it.
Okay, mine. Besides, probably like Guardians of the Galaxy, something like that, or Spider-Man, which looks good.
Oh, Spider-Man looks awesome.
I'm actually gonna I haven't I don't know much about this, but
did you like Spider-Man Civil War?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll like the trailer.
The guy
don't watch it. Yeah, you'll go see it anyways.
Yeah.
It's good.
The guy won me over in Civil War.
Oh yeah.
The one I'm kind of looking forward to is actually an anime movie that Fathom invents. I think Fathom will probably be the one putting it on, but Funimation is the one who's licensing it, but they're going to be distributing it or showing it in U.S. theaters. Your Name, which is I've heard. I forgot. I think it was a list in Japan, recently a ranking, and it ranked the top best animated film over Studio Ghibli movies too.
Impossible.
Yeah, it was over Howl's Moving Castle was the third. Kiki's Delivery Service, I think, was the second, and then Your Name was the third. I
wouldn't even put those in order like that.
Kiki's Delivery Service is my favorite.
Yeah,
so.
I think Spirited Away is going to be.
That might have been the one. It was either Spirited Away or Kiki's was second.
Don't get me wrong. I love Kiki's Delivery Service.
Impossible.
I own it. This
movie.
Yeah, it's Your Name, but it's getting so many awards, so much praise. Let's see.
Watch it be Studio Ghibli.
Produced by...
that would come out as Disney anyways.
Yeah. Well, no, they still do it as Studio Ghibli.
Let's see if I can see.
What are you talking about?
They still do it.
We would get it. It wouldn't come out through Funimation. It would come out as a Disney.
The production company is Comics Wave Films. The screenplay was based off of...
at some point,
Makoto
some animation company is going to come out with something.
Let's put it this way.
That's true.
Look at Akira. Those classics.
Yeah.
With this one, what got me interested in it is whenever some of my friends that people from Funimation who had watched it, they're in the office, I saw them posting their thoughts on the movies with no spoilers or anything, but so many of them oh my god, this is such a great movie.
Is it available?
I'm crying right now.
Is it available?
Not yet. No, they're going to release it in theaters and eventually it'll be available.
So it's already released in Japan, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it is available.
Yeah, it's been getting...
What's it called? Your Name?
Your Name. But, they were saying that the movie brought them to tears. It's a great movie.
That wouldn't be the first time an animated movie's done that.
I know, but, the acclaim and praise that this is getting from so many different sources.
I'm down.
Whenever I saw that it was ranked, number one over Studio Ghibli.
It'll have to be
yeah.
Doesn't Funimation release things that aren't dubbed?
Yeah, they do both. Usually in theaters, they'll do both. They'll have one night, because usually it's a limited showing. They'll do one night of the dub and then one night of the sub. But with this, I don't know if they'll do just.
Have they been doing
that,
or is that what they did with Princess Mononoke?
No, they've been doing that for most of the
films. Because I know they didn't do it for Dragon Ball Z and they didn't do it for
Are you sure?
One Piece.
Yeah, they
those
did.
Two were
no,
not.
Dragon Ball did. Dragon Ball had a... Because I remember I know Evangelion for sure did, because I went on the night...
Ghost in the Shell. You guys
that wasn't
that movie?
Yeah, I am.
Don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not expecting much, but,
It's going to be crazy, because I don't like the anime, but...
You don't like the anime? Oh,
I don't like androids. I don't like androids.
So you wouldn't be a big Snatcher fan, like the Sega CD acclaimed Hideo Kojima game. Anyways,
those listening and if this will come out,
you got me interested now in this damn
check out check your theaters. Go to Funimation Films either Funimation Films or FunimationFilm.com. You can see the different movies that they're actually putting out in theaters and see if there are tickets available. Because I plan on seeing it. I try to support any anime that comes out in theater.
If it's good, I'll see it. And since they're trying to say it's better than Studio Ghibli's catalog, then I'll.
And that wasn't Funimation. That was actually like a ranking done by actual people in Japan. Is all I was saying.
I'll give it benefit of doubt.
And then the other two things we want to talk about on movie wise is Logan and Power Rangers movie. Okay. Did y'all watch the trailer?
You didn't watch trailers.
I saw those.
Oh, did you see both of them?
Those? Yeah, I've seen those.
Okay.
I saw Spider-Man 2 now that I think about it.
What did y'all think?
Because it's Vulture, right? Is Vulture the bad guy?
I will say yes.
And Spider-Man, yeah.
I will say Power Rangers look like Transformers, and it looked like a popcorn fun flick.
It'll be fun.
And even if it sucked, it's Power Rangers.
And I saw you know what I mean? I actually saw the Power Rangers trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. It'll be fun.
But even so, even if it sucks, you're still gonna go, well, fuck, it was Power Rangers.
I'm just saying, look, the trailer actually made me more interested in the movie.
I would totally agree.
Before
I totally
before
agree.
I'm like, I have no interest. After watching it, I was like,
but I didn't grow up with it.
I did. So I did too. I did.
I was too busy.
I was the one who bought the video, got the video games, had the figures, and stuff like that.
The fighting game.
I was too busy.
Rita and Goldar.
Think about it. It came on in the afternoon, right after school.
Well, it wasn't after school because I could catch it.
I guarantee you it was after school. I know that for a fact because I never got to see the premiere because I was either at practice or I was off doing auditions.
I don't know how I wouldn't have, but I saw it.
And they might have run reruns on the weekends.
Maybe I just.
But I guarantee you I never saw it because all my friends were talking about it.
Maybe we recorded it on VHS tape. That's what we did.
See, I didn't do that.
We recorded it.
I just caught it on TV.
But so honestly, for me, Power Rangers, I didn't grow up with it. Have no dog in the fight.
Well, as long as they got Goldar. If they don't have Goldar in the fucking movie, I'm gonna be pissed.
I think they do. I think he's in the trailer.
I don't remember seeing him in the trailer.
This is a very brand new trailer they just released.
I haven't seen that.
Which one's Goldar?
I saw the one from this summer.
He's a big fucking dog looking.
Dog. Okay. Goldar with the wings.
Gold.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I think his name was Goldar. Yeah, he's gold. He's supposed to be. I think his name was Goldar.
So no, I mean, I think it looked fun, and I mean, having a lot of people aren't gonna like Kanye West's.
Wait, what? What about Kanye West?
Well, his song is used in the trailer.
Oh, that one.
It was
okay.
a perfect.
I thought you were about to say he did a remake of the intro or something.
So that was him in the original.
That was in the original. I thought that was a brilliant use of the song "Power," which is a great Kanye West song if you like Kanye West. Not everybody does. Yeah, I think
that's in the trailer. That's what he looks like.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't see. I'm in a weird
That's
angle.
like some goblin thing that he fights.
Anyway,
they fight.
So, yeah, Power Rangers looks like it'll be fun. And what was the other one you said?
Logan.
Okay.
It looks awesome. It just looks so good. But it's not... See, here's the thing. And everybody's like, finally, R-rated Wolverine film. I'm like, yeah, you ever read Old Man Logan?
That's what this is supposed to be.
But it's not. It's not the story. But it's... Oh my god. Okay, if you're not even in comic books, I just go get the trade paperback for Old Man Logan. It will blow your mind how violent that fucking is.
It's good.
And it's awesome.
Good book.
Like, I don't even care if this is rated R or not. I kind of forgot about that.
A lot of people really wanted a rated R.
I'm just glad, like, it just looked good. Like,
yeah,
to see the little girl kick ass and stuff too.
You haven't seen her kick. She didn't fight. Is there a new trailer?
Yeah.
They came out the same day.
She's pretty much like a badass.
She's X-23.
Yeah.
I know, like, she was kicking more ass than him. Like, I like whatever.
She is old.
And he's super old.
But still, like, it was, she's like 7 in there. So it was just interesting to see, like, the guy go. Yeah, I know, I'm just saying.
Well, I didn't know she fought. I didn't know she fought, but I haven't seen that trailer, I guess.
She's probably more brutal than...
Yeah, because he has
years restraint.
Yeah.
She doesn't. So it's like, it's literally berserker rage.
Okay.
In a little girl.
But it's
Does she have claws out of her feet too?
I didn't show that.
Didn't show.
It just showed the two.
I will say that, like, and Devin actually brought this up, that it definitely had a Last of Us vibe.
That's exactly what it looks like from the first trailer. I was like, well, duh. I know what this is.
So
it felt like Last of Us.
Even so much to the point where if they ever actually make that movie, like,
they couldn't make it now.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, is Logan...
Hugh Jackman would make a really good Joel.
Is Logan, the Logan movie, now going to be the actual best video game movie? No, I haven't.
No.
So,
what would you say?
I was like, is Logan
No,
now the
no,
best video
no.
game
No,
movie?
so
The best video game movie.
I'm joking because you said it's Last of Us.
Yeah, but I get
that joke didn't land on these
No,
two.
sorry, right over.
Yeah,
my
I was like, what?
But yeah, no, honestly,
Logan
it
looks
looks awesome.
Logan looks
I know Jules doesn't watch the trailers, but I wouldn't make an exception on this one necessarily.
I'm not going to.
Because you don't need to see this trailer to know you're gonna want to go see that movie.
I'm not going to.
Power Rangers, maybe. I don't know. I was never a fan.
There's certain movies
so.
I don't care about, but the Marvel superhero movies, I with trailers, I typically pick one trailer, and whichever one that is, I watch it. Well, I've spent that one. That's why I didn't know what you guys were talking about.
No.
So I'll see it. It'll be good. Isn't it March? I think it's March, right? Logan?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would
so.
figure it'd be like May when all the big movies come out, but
It might be
maybe.
May.
Maybe
But,
it's capitalizing on a time when nothing's coming out.
There was another one that I was looking forward to. And Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
Really looking forward to Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, hell yes. That's my favorite Disney movie.
Yeah, that's a good one. Definitely a good one.
Looks like it's March 3rd.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, wow.
It's the
So
Friday of
Switch.
the Switch release.
So
That's what
go
I
get your Switch and then play it in the theaters while you watch Logan.
thought. Right? If you got Wi-Fi.
And then get jacked for your Switch.
Right.
Depending on what theater you go to.
I'm going midnight release.
I'm going
We're
Thursday
gonna see on
release.
Thursday.
If that's...
I don't know if I'm
Because
gonna
what
see
they
it.
usually... Is that a... Let's see what actual day that is.
It's a Friday.
Is it?
Just to pick
Then
it
I'll
up
go
quickly,
with-
because
then I'll
Best
go
Buy
with
has
Thursday.
it so streamlined. When I picked up the
Is that where you pre-ordered yours
PS4
from?
Yeah, the PS4 and the Xbox One, like it was literally like walk in, walk out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking
Versus
about...
GameStop, which I've been to one of those releases where it's a midnight release and you're just standing in a big crowd, and I mean maybe they streamline it now, but it used to suck.
You're still standing in a line, but they've got it a lot better. They ring you through, pre-ring you earlier at like 8 or 9, and then you go
That's
in
cool.
and you have your receipt, and they give you your stuff and you go. It's a Friday, right?
Yeah, it's a Friday. So, but I thought you were talking about the
Man, I
movie
forgot
too.
about Beauty and the Beast.
So
Beauty and the Beast comes out pretty soon, right?
I can't remember.
I'm going
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Thursday.
My favorite Disney movie? You'll make fun of me, but
Mulan?
no. My favorite Disney cartoon is Fox and the Hound.
That's a
Oh,
great
that's
one.
a good one. That's sad.
That's my favorite Disney cartoon.
That
is
always
Fox and the
like
Hound.
touched
It's-
me.
Of that era. Now, if you go to the newer era with the Beauty and the Beast era, then
Oh, well, that doesn't count. I just was like thinking of all
but
of
that if that one if I have one, I'll put that one in before I put in any other ones. After that one, if I was picking like one of the ones I actually grew up with, because that one was made
Songs
before
of the South?
Okay.
before me. No, I do like to watch that one, but it's not. A good
You
one.
do?
I still think that it's. I mean, you can't. It's socially just you can't release that again.
No, you won't.
Unfortunately,
You're lucky if you even have a digital version of it.
yeah.
I have one, and and it's bad. It is bad, but I do
I've
like
never
the
seen it,
songs
but I
in it.
know
And the
of
people
it.
that were in it had beautiful voices.
But
of
even
that
if they
time.
took, and that's the thing, that could have been re-edited to the point where it's just literally, and they do. I think they've released.
They released on VHS,
The
and they released it on DVD as well, and they released a European version of it.
I meant like just the Brer Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Tar Baby. That's obviously the
Yeah.
social faux pas.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Well,
What's
know what?
the Brer
Let's-
Rabbit?
Well,
he's
we'll
never
talk
seen
about
it.
this later.
Anyway,
That's another
But of
podcast.
that, outside of that, it would probably be Aladdin.
Oh, see, there was the big three: Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and like
For me-
it's really hard to
For
pick.
me, it was Aladdin, Little
Oh,
Mermaid,
Lion
and
King.
Lion King.
Lion King.
Those are my big three.
Forgot
Because Beauty and the
about that.
Beast, it was so girly. I was kind of like, I don't really care about that.
God, I love Beauty and the Beast. I
was
saw it in
like-
the theater,
but
don't
I
know.
love it. I still love it. I love all Disney cartoons. There's not a Disney cartoon. Well,
I can think of a couple.
There's
What
a
was the
few-
one with the Roseanne Barr as the cow?
which one?
That was an official like Disney movie. It sucked. It was
Which one?
terrible. I can't think of the name. Like it was in the theaters. It bombed.
Which one was that? I
But
don't
because
remember that
even the
one.
movies that bomb are generally really good.
Typically. Bolt?
The Lannis.
I liked Atlantis.
Oh, Lannis was awesome.
I like that one.
Treasure
Treasure
Planet was
Planet?
awesome.
That's a great one.
But this one was so bad.
Planet even had a really good
like,
song.
what was it? The
What
Cows
was it?
Come Home or Home on the
That-
Range?
yeah,
Home on the Range.
yeah.
That's what it
Oh, yeah,
was,
that
and it was
sucky.
terrible.
That was bad. I forgot about that one.
That was the-
bad.
Is
Home
that,
on the Range.
they made an animated TV show after that.
And a
didn't
game.
they?
Yeah,
Roseanne
and the
Barr,
game.
not Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a bad one.
I was wondering why.
But my big three were Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and
unless I might have said Rosie O'Donnell.
No, you said Roseanne Barr.
Okay,
you said Roseanne Barr.
On the range.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
In fact,
it wasn't good.
Somebody gave that. Oh, it's 2.5 stars.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It's terrible. Like, I don't even know what they were thinking because it's an official, like, considered the masterpiece line, you know?
Yeah, I remember it.
Like, it came out, I saw it in the theater. You're thinking, Disney movie? No, I didn't.
Good.
I rented it from Blockbuster.
I rented it from Blockbuster.
It was terrible.
It was pre-street. I didn't.
Oh my gosh, it was bad.
But yeah, so those are my big ones, and then of course there's other small ones outside of that, like
and
Mulan.
stuff that'll eventually just come out, you know.
But and then of course the Pixar classics.
And they're remaking.
Did you guys see that thread that tied all the Pixar movies together?
Yeah, I shared the video.
I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
It's
very small, but
Disney's now they're remaking everything live action. Lion King, Mulan.
It'll be neat.
I don't know if they're doing The Little Mermaid.
Well, someone is.
What, Ponyo? Oh, my bad.
I mean, live action.
There's 2 versions of The Little Mermaid coming out. If I remember correctly, one company's doing one and the other one's doing the other.
There's what company?
So, speaking of mermaids, have you guys seen? I didn't share it on Facebook because I might go back and share it on Facebook. Have you seen? You know, Stephen Chow?
Yeah.
Kung Fu Hustle, Shaolin Soccer. He did a movie called Mermaid. Have you guys seen this? Oh man, like
There's 2 that are terrible though that are on Netflix, like The Master of Cookery and The Master of Comedy or something like that. They're both terrible.
Are those Stephen Chow movies?
Yeah.
So he has one.
Well, I didn't like them.
He has one called Mermaid.
Okay.
And he has one. Called something, and it has Soo Kyu in it. You remember Soo Kyu? She was from
Gorgeous. Oh yeah.
She's in this one, and she's the main star, and they look awesome. Like Amazon has them for like $10 on Blu-ray, and they look. Lin-Manuel. Why do you have Lin-Manuel?
No, keep going. I'm looking at the Little Mermaid stuff.
Is he doing something with Little Mermaid?
Well, I'm gonna read it. I'm looking at it while you're.
But yeah, Stephen Chow has 2 movies that look awesome.
Interesting. And don't get me wrong.
Like I'm gonna try.
I loved Shaolin Soccer.
And I loved
Kung Fu Hustle. Yeah. And I really wanted to like
JC30 or CJ30.
Oh, that's right.
The alien one.
It
wasn't good.
But The Master of Cookery, don't waste your time on Netflix, and The Master of Comedy or something like that. They're pretty terrible.
But he had 2 other ones that look actually
which is bad because
he was so great and talented back then. But the other 2, the Mermaid one, I think it's called Mermaid, and then the other one, they actually look pretty decent. I know you'll find them, and they look fun.
Looks like before it says here that because Miranda, he's a huge Little Mermaid fan. He even named his son Sebastian. Let's see. It says that Disney has tapped him and original composer Alan Menken to work on the studio's upcoming live-action Little Mermaid movie.
That's awesome.
Probably working on the musical
that's
score
awesome.
Then.
Although, I don't really need original music. Although, did you hear that Celine Dion's doing a new original song for Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, really?
Which could be pretty awesome.
Could
I'm
be.
Not the biggest Celine Dion fan, but I loved it.
The original?
Yeah. Oh my God! Her and Peebo Bryson. Beauty and the Beast.
Peebo
Bryson. It's okay. Don't worry.
Bilbo Baggins. All right.
Anyways, let's end
this up.
Yeah, it's the long one. We hope that you've enjoyed this long extra podcast because it's been so long.
Yeah, let's make up for it, I guess, for now. Hopefully we'll get an actual schedule and everything. Just so much stuff's been going on. But we thank you for bearing with us on this long journey. Hopefully this isn't too much of a pain to edit. I don't think it would be. I think it's just going to be a long time because I got to listen through the whole thing.
There's a skip forward button. You can just kind of keep doing it.
No, because you never know whenever audio will dip out or mess up on some part. So, well. I love my job. I should get paid for this. That'd be nice if we did. Anyway, I digress. So, thank you for listening to the Nerdgasm Channel Podcast. Please like and leave comments and share this podcast. We like to hear from you, and also leaving the reviews helps this to grow even more. And us to show up even higher in people's recommendation lists. But we appreciate you listening to us, and check us out on our Facebook, Twitter, and all of our other social media accounts.
YouTube.
Yes, YouTube. YouTube, yeah.
The reason we started this whole thing?
I'm so used to this being, like, doing that at the end of YouTube. So, any of y'all have anything to add before we close it completely?
Nah, I'm good.
Alright, well, this is Willie, a.k.a. Unofficial Ninja.
Zach, Romeo 313.
Jules, Fade Alexander.
See ya.
Peace.